Brendan Rodgers at half-time during Open All Mics. But let's now switch our focus to the remaining 4 games in the top flight, 2 big games in the Championship, and all the goal news from right across the country.
All the grounds, all the goals, all the news.
This is Open All Mics from Sports Sound.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
Welcome to Open All Mics on BBC Radio Scotland. We kicked off at 11:30 this morning. Celtic with a big win in the East End of Glasgow, beating Rangers by 2-1. 4 games remain in the top flight, just about to get underway. Willie Miller is at Pittodrie for us. Aberdeen up against St Mirren. Good afternoon to you, Willie. You can bring us the team news there.
Hi Kenny, yes I can. A little bit of frustration going around Pittodrie with the 2 games that have been called off, that has denied Aberdeen of the opportunity to collect some much needed points. So they come up against St Mirren this afternoon, and the home side make 2 changes. Out goes McDonald and Polvara, in comes McGrath and Rubizic. So their starting lineup with a 3-4-1-2 formation. Roos in goal, Garterman, Rubizic and Jensen, back 3. Devlin, Clarkson, Shinnie and McGarry. McGrath just playing and supporting Majowski and Duke up top. Substitutes doing Barron, Hayes, Sockler, Morris, Polvara, Duncan, McDonald and Milne. 2 changes as well for the visitors, who are looking to stop a poor run of form, and out go their 2 strikers. So I think that tells you how the manager is thinking, needing fresh blood up front. Olusanya and
save already.
Ayuga drop out.
Offside, flag's gone up.
Mandron and Jameson come into the starting lineup. So they start, St Mirren start with 5-3-2. And it's Hemming in goal, Taylor, Gogic and Bolton. Midfield 5, Fraser, O'Hara, Bacchus, Kiltie and Tanzer. And up top, Jameson and Mandron. Urminski, Ayunga, Flynn, Boyd Munce, Small, Dunn, Nemani. A little bit of excitement in a penalty box there, but no penalty is given. It's for Aberdeen. Referee waving away. And the fans getting a little bit excited here. It's absolutely frozen as well, I must say.
Yeah.
Nemani, Olusanya and Grieve, and the referee is Grant Irvin.
Thank
Kenny,
you to
we've
Willie
got
Miller.
a check
Yes.
here at Tynecastle.
Right,
Ross
Alan.
County have had the ball in the back of the net. Purrington with a header. We're still waiting to find out. It's a disallowed goal, they're saying, for offside. I think it's on Simon Murray initially. Danda has a shot beaten away by Xander Clark. It comes back in again, and Purrington with a header into the bottom corner, and on the first minute it is. It's going to be very tight, this one.
Aye, Alan, we've not got pictures yet, Alan, so we can't bring you anything on that. Just quickly run through the team news for us if you get a chance,
Yeah,
Alan.
it's 3 changes for Hearts. It's Kingsley, Benningham and Forrest out. In come Halkett, Lowry and Tagawa. So it's Clark in the goals. Back 3, Kent, Halkett, Rowles, Atkinson, Denham, Nuanoff, Cochrane, Tagawa, Lowry and Shanklin. And for County, it's 2 changes. Nightingale and Randall out, Sheaf and Sims in. So it's Laidlaw in the goals. Back 4, Brown, Baldwin, Leake, Purrington, Sheaf, Simmons, Allardyce, Danda, and Murray, and this still goes on.
Yeah,
this is very tight.
It must be, Alan. That's taking a fair old while. I say we can't help you. We don't have the pictures in the studio at the moment. So, Alan, just jump in as soon as you hear anything. That's a big moment in the early stages at Tynecastle. Let's get to Rory Lloyd at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock up against Dundee. Good afternoon to you, Rory. The team news there.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kenny. It's a very different complexion today from the last time these sides met at Rugby Park. That was the 24th of May 2021 when Dundee won 2-1 here, promoting themselves to the Premiership and relegating Kilmarnock to the Championship.
Yeah, it's offside, Ken. Sorry, Rory, it's offside. It's taken a long time, but they're saying it's offside. Still 0-0 here.
Thanks,
no
Alan.
worries, Alan. Yeah, the 2 exchange places again the following year, but both have Premiership status, of course.
Sorry to interrupt you, Rory. Sorry. Goal, Jakubiak. Great play by Michael Harlan down the right hand side. Crossed in the box. Great touch. Jakubiak's turned 1-0 up to the visitors.
Fantastic. That was the voice of Callum Davidson there. He is at Somerset Park for us this afternoon. What a start for Dunfermline. Rory?
Yes, I'll skip to the team news, I think, Kenny, because I think this goal's going to be flying in all over the shop. So Kilmarnock have changed, made 1 change, and Daba is out and Joe Wright is in. So it looks like a change of formation as well. 3-5-2 back to 4-4-2. Well, Dennis in the goals, back 4 of Mayo, Wright, Finlay and Dees. Midfield of Kennedy, Lyons, Watson and Armstrong, and up top is Watson, Watkins and Vassell, for Dundee, there is 4 changes from their 4-0 defeat, 3-0 defeat against Celtic, Out go Kerr, Cameron, Boateng and Rudden. In come Howley, Silla, Tiffany and Mulligan. They go 3-5-2. Carson in the goals, McGee, Shaughnessy and Donnelly the back 3. Wing backs of Beck and Howley. Midfield 3, McCowan, Mulligan, Silla. Scott Tiffany will play just off Amadou Bakayoko. Referees David Dixon, and the VAR is Matthew McDermott.
Good stuff, thanks Rory. Stephen Craigan is at Fair Park for us. Motherwell up against Livingston. The team news there, Stephen. This feels like a huge game this afternoon.
Kenny, huge game. Motherwell almost took the lead after 20 seconds. Long ball over the top. Mickey Berriath got in behind Mikey Devlin and Theo Bair. Unsurprisingly, couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Huge chance. But yeah, Motherwell make 3 changes to the team that lost last weekend against Rangers. Out goes. Oh, he must score. Oh, Georgie Gent, great cross down the left-hand side. Mika Bereth, the guy you want on the end of the cross, but you've got to say wonderful save by Shamal George. That's twice in the opening, almost 4 minutes, that he has kept his team in this game. Anyway, 3 changes from last weekend as the voice changes. Peps McGavie out, Slattery out, Payton out, in Paul McGinn, Ollie Shaw, Theo Bair. It'll be Liam Kelly in the goal, Stephen O'Donnell, Paul McGinn, Shane Blaney, Bodie Spencer, Blair Spittle, Zavkovsky, Georgie Gent, front 3. Theo Bair, Mika Bereth, Ollie Shaw, Davy Martindale. 1 change from the team that drew 0-0 against St Johnstone on Wednesday night. Montagno replaces Andrew Shinney. So Shamal George in goal, back 3. Nottingham, Obalai, Devlin. Midfield 4, Nuble, Holt, Penrice, Montagno, Scott Pittman, Guthrie and Bruce Anderson up front.
Thank you to Stephen Craigan. Falkirk have gone 1-0 up at home to Stirling Albion. Liam Henderson with the goal on 3 minutes. Let's then get to Starks Park. The leaders, Wraith Rovers, are home to Arbroath. There for us, Derek Ferguson.
Good afternoon, Kenny. I could have butted in a couple of minutes ago, but I didn't want to interrupt the guys when they're going through their team.
You're a gentleman.
Yes, I knew that, Willie, yeah, but I could have butted in because Smith has already been put clean through for Wraith Rovers. But it was a team finish, Scotty Bonus. But as you would imagine, you know, this terrific run that Wraith Rovers are on, unbeaten, 14 at the moment. They've started very well against this Arbroath side. They've done okay over the last couple of weeks against the better side, so it's going to be a tough ask for them to get something from today. But yeah, Rafe started well in horrible conditions, I've got to say, Kenny. Absolutely freezing, blustery, so not too pleasant down here.
Yeah, it's tough out there. Let's hope the football warms up. Yeah, Ayr United against Inferno. We heard from Callum Davison early on. He brought us our first goal off the 3 o'clock kickoffs. What a start for the Pars, Callum.
Yeah, definitely. They've made actually 5 changes today. I think they've got quite a lot of injuries, so it's a great start for them. It's a really good play by Michael Harlan down the right hand side. He's put the ball in the box, and Kubiak's pinned the defender, spun and put it in the bottom corner. Fantastic start from the fella. It's actually a lovely day down. It seems like a lovely day down here where I'm sitting. Pitch looks magnificent. Lots of slide tackles. No rain. Lovely green grass. It's a lovely day.
Yeah, certainly tough conditions at the majority of the grounds this afternoon. Full coverage for all the games on Open All Mics. We'll bring you all the goal news from right across the country. We're on until 6 o'clock this evening, coming around about 5:15. We've got fans of various clubs ready to join the debate. The lunchtime kick-off in England finished Luton Town 2, Chelsea 3. And there is an early goal, Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 1. That is you up to date with all the latest goal news. Keane Lewis Potter with that goal for Brentford after just 2 minutes. So Aberdeen will at home to St Mirren this afternoon. I went along to watch St Mirren midweek. They weren't very good. A lot of the fans not at all happy. In terms of Aberdeen, things starting to look up a wee bit, do you think?
Yeah, well, they've got nothing behind them or nothing really in front of them with these 2 games being cancelled out of Europe as well, the cup final, and the possibility of lifting a trophy out of the way too. So, you know, I think that they'll be frustrated that they haven't been able to at least have the opportunity to take advantage of the 2 games that have been postponed, which has been unfortunate for them. But the positive side, they should be well rested and full of energy. They've started this game extremely well, Kenny, extremely well. They're taking the game to St Mirren and looking very positive.
Alan,
brilliant save, Frankie Kent, point blank. What a hit that is, right at Laidlaw, knocks it up in there. Brilliant save. It's been a really good start to this game here, Kenny. And I was fortunate enough to listen to Derek Adams' interview before the game. He's really gone for it. He's basically playing a front 4 with Sims and Danda playing just behind White and Murray. He's saying that the next 2 games will determine where he goes in the January window, and he was quite critical of people saying they're still talking about his interview 2 weeks on.
Well, let's do that, because we didn't have an open all mics last week. The games were called off. You know, the one that Willie was meant to be at very, very late in the day. Alan, your thoughts on what you heard from Derek Adams?
Kenny, we've been discussing it for weeks about the standard of Scottish football. I think he was over the top, but I can't disagree with what he was saying. I think the standard hasn't been as good as it could be, but I think he was very, very critical of the whole game. And to say, I totally didn't agree with the Morecambe scenario. They got leathered last night, 4 or 5-1 or something.
I think we take that out of it, the 100 times better stuff. We take that out of it.
But listen, I don't think the standard has been brilliant. I really don't. But it is what it is. It's what we've got. And he's entitled to his opinion, as he said in his interview with Brian today.
Go again! Somerset Park. It's turned out to be a cracker here. Jakubiak again scored for the visitors. Easily cutting from the left-hand side, skipped past the defender, put the ball in the bottom right-hand corner, 2-0 to Dunfermline.
What a start for Dunfermline. Ayr United 0, Dunfermline 2.
An early change here, Kenny.
Yes,
as well, for a Broth O'Brien. Big centre-backs had to go off. On has come Darren Lyon, and actually as he come off just before it, Wraith, you know, already that Smith chance, but it was a good combination play between Smith and Conley. And Conley, it's a sitter. He's only 6-7 yards out, side foot, and leaning back and just puts it wide of the right hand post. So as I say, it looks like it's only a matter of time before Wraith get this opening goal.
Yeah, very convincing win for Dundee United last night. The home to Partick Thistle. Montrose off to a good start. Kane Hester with the opening goal after 10 minutes. Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 0. Will, in terms of your reaction to Derek Adams' comments, I know you've said the past couple of seasons the standard hasn't been great.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page here. I think when you look at Rangers and Celtic, I don't think their performance level has been as good as it has been. Certainly Celtic hasn't been as good, and Rangers has really struggled for most of it. And even with Clement coming on, Kenny, I still think that the performances haven't been, at the top level. Results absolutely spectacular for them, 10 out of 10 for results, but I think the performance has been a little bit disappointing. As far as the rest is concerned, well, I don't think there's much in it, to be honest. I haven't seen any of the rest looking as though they're going to dominate the game. Hearts in a good run just now. Aberdeen trying to play catch up. Hibs unpredictable at times as well. Listen, he's got a point, but I'll tell you, he's well over the top with his comments. I'd be interested to find out what the chairman actually says to him about trying to build the game up and certainly try to get more fans in to watch the game up in Dingwall. I don't think he's done much for his team, his own team. And a wee chance here, a wee turn. It's not an opportunity. It's a goal. It's a goal for St Mirren. It's a captain. Mark O'Hara gets the goal. The cross coming in to kind of a bit of bagatelle in the box. It fell to O'Hara. He puts the instep through it. Hits the back of the net. Roos has got no chance. So, on the back of saying the game's rubbish, that was a very, very good goal.
At least you've had goals this far, Willie. It's a good start to the afternoon. Mark O'Hara actually follows it up really well.
He does, doesn't he?
Defence, I'm just going to get a better look at it. Ball comes in.
I think his man drawn maybe has the first
I think
effort.
he gets the initial touch on it, then there's a block, but Mark O'Hara arrives late. Good block initially. Don't know who that is for Aberdeen.
Deflection.
Yeah, deflection, is it?
Yeah, quite a big deflection. I think just looking at it, you'll see it again. Yeah, I think there's a deflection there. It's quite interesting how things can turn, Leanne. I was at the St Mirren game during the week, and a lot of the fans were saying how far off it Mark O'Hara has been this season. He was terrific last season. Something like this today could just be the start of something big for him.
He set the bar high, didn't he, last year? I think that's always the difficulty then as a player. You become under pressure. It's fine to go and do it in a one-off season, but I think good players and top players do it consistently. But I think he's had an injury as well this season, is he not, Mark O'Hara? He's been out the team for a number of games as well, so that always hinders. I always think the team as well have probably lost a bit of form around a bit now. I think losing Ryan Strain has been a big loss to St Mirren, so a couple of key additions I think to a side like St Mirren makes a huge difference to the team in the way that they play. But no doubt the quality that Mark O'Hara's got and the way that he leads as well. He is a top player, and he has been in his time certainly at St Mirren. He's shown how good he can be, but you're right, today could be just that moment that he needs.
Yeah.
And then he goes and adds another goal and all of a sudden goes on that gets another purple patch like he had last season.
Oh, he's got to score. What a chance. It's a really good move by Hearts. It's eventually played in by Cochrane, and it's Tagawa at the back post. The pace is already on the ball, just needs to hit the target and knocks it wide. Good move by Hart. Still 0-0, 13 minutes on the clock.
Kenny, sorry, a lovely touching moment here at Fir Park, just on the 10th minute. Of course, the late great Phil O'Donnell passed away yesterday. 16 years. There was a round of applause, and I've got to say the ball went out of play during the applause, and Davy Martindale, I think it may have been, told his player not to take the throw, and then the player stood along with the referee and allowed the minute's applause to continue while it went on. So just a lovely little memory of Phil O'Donnell. Sorry.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, and absolutely bang on to mention that, to highlight that, a really nice touching moment. I was actually at that game all these years ago. Just the most dreadful experience for everyone at that game. Much missed and much loved, no doubt about that. Phil O'Donnell, what a player he was. Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 1. Kyle McDonald with the opening goal there on 12 minutes. Crystal Palace have equalised at home to Brentford. Michael Olise there on 14 minutes. What's then happening in your game, Rory, in the early stages?
Not a lot. Kilmarnock have controlled most of the play, Kenny. They've been pretty good. Dundee just had a corner there, which was a poor delivery and eventually cleared.
Goal for Park!
Yes.
Kenny, it's gone to the home side. I've got to say, the way the game has started, the way Motherwell have been on the front foot, I have to say it's been fully deserved. They could have scored after 20 seconds. He could have scored after 4 minutes. Ayo Obalai had an incredible defensive header. It could have scored then as well, but it's taken nearly 14 minutes. And I think it's Blair Spittle that may have got the goal.
Yeah, it's correct.
Overplaying. Was it Nublé was overplaying?
Yeah.
Or was it Obalai? It was Nublé. Ended up in his own box, overplaying, heavy touch, nicked by Beereth. The ball went into Theo Berry, enters the box, and you can hear the people around shouting, shoot. He played a 1 yard pass, and Blair Spittle managed to toe poke it under Shamal George. So I've got to say, it's been a deserved lead. Livingston have been really poor. Considering the magnitude of the game, I thought they really would have come out and tried to get after Motherwell. They've sat back, and it's now 1-0 to the home team.
Tell you what, I cannot believe Theo Bear has passed that.
Leanne, I think he passes it a yard. I mean,
He
you talk
chops
about
back
lacking
inside.
confidence. You talk about lacking confidence as a centre forward. I must admit, I think the majority of the fans in here at Fir Park were delighted he passed. I know that sounds negative. Delighted he passed.
He's got 3/4, sorry, the goal to hit, and he literally, as you say, Craig, passes it a yard, but fair play to Spittle because he's followed it and he's tapped it home.
Kenny, can I just say on the Derek Adams stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I played a few years down in England around the level he's managed. I played in League One for a couple of years in a side who finished 8th in League One, so relatively competitive at that level. And all I heard when I played down there was how bad Scottish football was by guys who weren't particularly great players themselves. It sounds to me, I thought it was embarrassing, these comments. I agree with the sentiment, but it's very different to agree with the sentiment and agree with the way it's been said and the things he's been saying. I thought it was disrespectful.
Do you think so? Take the 100 times better out of it. That's emotion.
Yeah,
but in terms of the product, does he have a point? Because some of the guys are saying he does.
Well, he has a point.
Yeah, but he also says, why would the fans turn up and watch that? But
Willie, he has a point to sit there and say, you know, it's maybe not as good as the last time I was here. That's fair enough. But to sit and say, you know, paraphrasing slightly, I can't remember the exact quotes, but you know, it's rubbish, it's nowhere near good enough. Why would fans come in and pay the money to do that, to watch the game? For me, it stunk of a kid throwing his toys at the pram because his team had been beat for the first time since he's came back.
I think he said that though, Rory, didn't he? But he backed that up early in the week and said, listen, that was
Derek
wrong.
Adams today in his interview, which I heard with Brian, he said that to Brian on a number of occasions, it's only the 5 games that he's been in charge of Ross County. That's his opinion on the 5 games, not necessarily in the whole of Scottish football.
So
does he not watch Scottish football when
so
he's
he has
in England?
a point. It's just how he put it across.
Yeah, absolutely. And and it's the same with Tom English, you know, a few weeks ago. If you're at a game in Scottish football and you make the comment of it's not quite as good as it has been previously, then fair enough. But the issue I had with Tom that week was it was just a blanket statement. This league is poor. Then Tom went on to say things like, well, Kilmarnock are having a good season, Dundee are good to watch, and ran through a number of things which are positive. So I just think it's a dangerous game to put a blanket over the league as a whole and say that the whole product is poor.
I hope he's listening. He's just left the studio. We'll bring him back in that, Rory, no doubt about that.
I thought you meant Derek Adams there, Kenny. So Derek won't be listening.
He's got his hands full today. Clyde Nell, Stennismuir 1, Matthew Aitken with opening goal in 40 minutes. Rodri has scored for Manchester City in the 14th minute. City 1, Sheffield United 0. Calvin Miller has doubled. Falkirk's advantage. They are flying. They're 2-0 up now against Stirling Albion. In fact, it's now 3-0. Ross McKeever has just found the back of the net after 16 minutes. John McGlynn's side going very, very well.
There's a chance for Murray. Great save. Comes back Danda. Really poor play by Halkett. He gives it away. Dander's still got it. Sims. Great save again by Clark. Really gone at it today.
We've got a VAR check at Pittodrie, sorry, and I haven't a clue what it's for. And I think the fans are looking at each other kind of quizzingly wonder what it's for as well, but the referee...
Haven't seen it, Willie. Can't even help you just now.
Irvin, it was St Mirren that was on the attack, so it's for a handball. I'm just watching a replay. It comes off Jensen. He comes out and he kind of turns his back and his arm is out a little bit from the edge.
Elbows tucked in. It's whether it comes off the lower
it's a
part
penalty.
of the
He's
arm.
given the penalty. The referee's given the penalty, handball. So it's a penalty for St Mirren.
Wow. But very interesting.
See that though? See that?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, as a defender, you don't turn your back for a start. You take it in the face. You do. What is he doing? You know, he comes out. He can block it. He's got to be brave. Mark O'Hara's got the opportunity for the second. Jensen goes out and he turns his back. He should have just stood there, took a sore one for the team, and we could have got on with the game. But Mark O'Hara,
big chance.
What's the right foot? Whoa. Big chance. Waiting to make it.
He missed a couple of weeks ago, didn't he, from the penalty spot? A rare miss. Here he goes, Willie.
And Roos, the referee, taking his time. He obviously likes the attention he's getting at this moment in time.
Goal! Goal at Motherwell.
Missed it!
Right. Motherwell 2-0 up, Stephen.
Yeah, football, Kenny, simple football. I think it's Blair Spittle just puts a simple ball in behind. Theo Bair, I've got to say, it's been a real handful this afternoon. He gets one-on-one through this time, Leanne. He's looking for Blair Spittle, but he's not there, so he decided, I'll put it in the back of the net myself. That's exactly what he'd done. Davy Martindale will be absolutely furious that his back there has been taken out by one long ball forward. Motherwell 2, Livingston 0.
That's a good finish, yeah. Bair does really, really well. Good run, plays off the shoulder. As you're right, he's looking for the pass, but there's nobody there. He has to go it alone. But what a brilliant start from Motherwell, Craig, because we know they're under pressure, but the intensity to me has looked really good from what I'm seeing across the screens. The energy in terms of the front three, the way they've put Livy under pressure, really, really good, and get their just rewards for it.
And Willie, that was a poor penalty, wasn't it?
One of the worst penalties you'll see, by the way.
Yeah, poor penalty from Mark O'Hara.
He actually looks, Willie, like he's put himself off, because he goes to do the stuttered run up where he kind of pauses. Yeah. And he just dragged it. He's maybe 2 yards wide of the post.
I know, it's well wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not even giving Kilroos anything to think about. So it's a real let-off, though, I would say, for the Dons, who I think can count themselves lucky with the quality of that penalty. And they've kind of fallen apart a little bit after a pretty strong start to this game. It's been St Mirren that's dominated possession, dominated the opportunities. Obviously got the goal and could have made it too. So it's turning out to be a bit of a challenge for Aberdeen. They've been in this situation before and they've showed a lot of character, managing to fight back and actually win games. So they've now been asked that question again.
Yeah, certainly in that Hearts game, it looked to be a turning point. That was a big comeback in the second half there. That's going to be required again at home to St Mirren. It could have been a lot worse, but a dreadful penalty from Mark O'Hara, pulling that one wide after opening the scoring just a couple of minutes prior to that. Kyle McDonald has his second goal of the game. Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 2. That second goal coming on 19 minutes. Let's then get into the Championship. Derek Ferguson watching the leaders, Raith Rovers.
Yeah, Kenny, 20 minutes gone. It's still all Raith at the moment. Those two big chances, Smith and Connolly, early doors passing up, but no, they're probing, but you've got to give Arbroath a lot of credit as well. You know, they're sticking to their game plan. You know, hard to beat at the moment. I just when the guys were talking earlier, I can't get that out my head. I think Willie brought up a great point. Sorry to deviate away from this. It was just on the kind of, it's only the 5 games that he's probably watching that he's judging the rest of Scottish football. It's a lot of good about our game. I mean, I watch a lot of Italian football. Some of it's dreadful at times. You look down south as well, you look at the big games, some of the games are dreadful. So, you know, I think we're too harsh in our own game at times, and certainly Derek didn't do us a lot of favours coming out with the comments. But at the moment, yeah, it's Raith looking in good fettle at the moment, controlling the proceedings, but no goal scored down here in Kirkcaldy. Yeah,
we do have goals at Somerset Park. What's happening there now, Callum Davidson?
Yeah, pretty comfortable for Dunfermline just now. It's a funny game. It's here they've been passing the ball a lot of sideways passing, not really going forward with it, losing the ball. Dunfermline then countering and breaking on them. So again, Chalmers had a chance on the left hand side. Just again, really poor defending from there. It's kind of the tone for the game. You know, Dunfermline look pretty comfortable. Ayre's got a lot of the ball, keep giving it away. Dunfermline break 2-0. Dunfermline.
You were at Tannadice last night, Leanne. A convincing victory for the championship favourites.
It was, yeah. I think it was an important victory also for Dundee United last night. I was actually going to just bring that up. Please tell.
Goal! Wow!
Livingston.
I did think this afternoon it would be tight, it would be cagey, it would be nervy, but Livy pulled the goal back, and I have to say the performance has been awful up to this stage. Sometimes you just need a spark, and Bruce Anderson has produced that spark. I think it's Christian Montagno on the right hand side, just dinks a lovely little ball over the full Motherwell back three, and Bruce Anderson catches it so sweet on the volley. Liam Kelly didn't move, and out of absolutely nothing, they're back in the game. Motherwell 2, Livy 1.
Yeah, I think it might actually be Pittman Craggs that gets on it, and I'm just
wondering
if he's possibly offside.
Well,
and
there
when
is
they
a
get
delay.
oh no, he's well on.
Good run.
Yeah.
Good run.
Yeah,
I think Martindale was going nuts.
Going mental.
The fourth official had to restrain. I don't know what the problem was.
I don't know. It looked to me like he was speaking about his own team shape. He takes that goal really well, Pittman. Lovely ball over the top. Defensively though, Motherwell just caught wanting. Game on. I was actually going to say a minute ago, Craggs, Motherwell could make this anything they want to make it today because they've got so much energy, but just shows you how quickly a game can change.
Yeah, you're spot on, and I was just speaking to the Livy media guys behind, and they were astonished at how poor the team were. And when the second goal went in, the Livy fans, a small band on the left hand side, were booing their team and booing towards Davy Martindale, but that goal certainly brought them to life.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Kenny, Tony Watt's interview last night for me. I mean, the goals were good. Dundee United's performance was good, but the highlight of the night for me was the interview post-match about the chicken coop and his 30th birthday, just only in Scottish football. I hope Derek Adams was watching, because if you don't take anything away for the games, you've surely got to enjoy the post-match content.
And if you're talking about down south, I see Lee Johnson's party company again, or Rafe Party company with him.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Give it a couple of weeks, Biscuits, he'll be back in. He'll sell himself to somebody else.
Big opportunity for Arbroath there, Kenny. Stewart, fullback, just picking it up, cutting in from the left hand side onto his right foot, trying to whip it that far away left hand post. And I tell you what, Dabrowski in goals, it's what a brilliant save it is, just gets it with his fingertips. So Arbroath, as I say, is giving a good count of themselves, and unlucky not to get into the lead there.
Just 25 minutes, Kenny, and we've got the boos going around Pittodrie because of the Don's performance. It's been all about St Mirren. They've had a number of little half chances, as well as getting the goal and obviously the penalty too, and a real slow start from Aberdeen. It's got to get better, it's got to improve.
We've had a brilliant start at Tynecastle, Kenny. 26 on the clock. We've had 13 attempts at goal, 7 for Hearts, 6 for County. They've had the ball in the back of the net, ruled out for offside, but really good, impressive performance by County at the moment. Pressing the game high, looking energetic. Hearts trying to build their way into the game, but it's a really good game here. 0-0.
I'm just back from my tea break. Rory Law, you slagging me off again? behind my back. What kind of a man are you?
Never do that to you, Tom.
It'll not take you long, Rory, to work out who told him. There's only 3 of us in the studio, and it wasn't me.
Shocking. Heard your tyres screeching on the motorway.
Back with you, Leanne.
Hey, every man and woman for themselves in here.
Hamilton Accies cruising away. Edinburgh City, big problems, of course. Edinburgh City, Michael Hewitt with a goal there. So City 0, Hamilton Accies 3. What's happening in your game? Let's go to who I haven't heard from. With Stephen Craig. You weren't expecting a goal fest, were you?
I wasn't, Kenny, because I was coming into the game looking at the stats, and about Motherwell I want to get 6 points from 45, and Livy have 2 points from 33. Their goals 4 in a record column, the 2 of them. I'm thinking to myself, I've no idea how this game's going to pan out. It would take in some of the mystic ball to understand what was going to happen. So I've been really surprised. Leanne's spot on. Motherwell really aggressive on the front foot. I think that midweek call-off had done them a world of good. The players are re-energised after last weekend's defeat. Livy did have a game, and they looked really sluggish. They should have been behind long before they were. But now they've got themselves back into the game. It's going to be a test of the character and the mettle of Motherwell. Can they handle it? It's Livingston now who have the impetus. But yes, really surprised me, and it's been a decent game.
Wolves 1, Everton 0. Max Kilman with the goal on 25 minutes there. What's happening in your game, Rory Loy, at Rugby Park? I thought Kilmarnock were very, very good away at St Mirren midweek.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a midfield slog, to be honest. Neither side really creating any clear-cut opportunities. Yeah, Vassell did have a half volley, left foot shot from outside the box, which was right at Trevor Carson. Caught it caught it well, but you're never going to beat Trevor Carson with a shot like that. But other than that, the full game's been played in the middle third. Just interesting looking at the two managers. Obviously spent a lot of time together in the dugout, and they're dressed identically. They have the black shoes with the white soles, black jeans, black jacket. Just wondered if they exchanged a few gifts over Christmas.
I'm telling you, I said this before. You watch Tony Docker, he's kind of morphed into Derek McInnes with all the antics in the touchline. Have a close look.
Cam Cowan will be delighted at that. He's always going on about the football managers, isn't it? That
he's never going to be as good looking as Derek McInnes.
That's a very fair point, Derek.
It's crazy as well. I mean,
he's one handsome dude, that guy.
Over a decade working together, you know, day in, day out, and the handshake was very frosty at the start. You know, 90 minutes.
I love that.
Big opportunity for Aberdeen. Oh, it just slides by the post. Majowski again out the air with the left foot. Tries to just find that back post that's low. It just slides by the back post, and Duke had a little opportunity, a bit of a scramble in the box from the corner just before that chance for Majowski. Just couldn't get a touch on it to give Aberdeen equaliser, but a great effort from Majowski. He's a little bit frustrated that one didn't end up in the back of the net.
Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0. Leon Bailey on 28 minutes. You're just saying there, Willie, some of the home fans getting a little bit restless there. Where are you in terms of the manager?
Shout for a penalty here.
On you go.
Atkinson goes down in the box. He does really well initially. It'll obviously be checked. He cuts back inside the full back there, Purrington, and he goes down in the box. Need to wait and see what the referee says, or the VAR official says, but certainly worth a shout.
Not a great angle here, Alan, to help you out either, but I'll hopefully get a replay when it comes through. Does it look like they might check it's play going on? Is it just...
Play's still going on.
Yeah.
Well, where are they in terms of the manager right now? Where do you think the fans are, the majority of fans?
I think they're still with him, Kenny. You know, I think there's a feeling that there's a little bit of frustration, you know, with the two games called off. Could make a huge difference, you know, Dundee and Motherwell, Dundee away, Motherwell up here, but obviously if they lose this one this afternoon, then the good wishes of the season that seems to be about just now will disappear, and disappear very quickly. You know, it's no use, you know, everything's out. We cross into the box. You know, there's no reason now why Aberdeen, I think they're a very good squad that they've got almost full strength. I think it's just Jack McKenzie that's still struggling. You know, they should be doing much better with the personnel that they've got, so it's up to Barry to get performances out of them. They constantly leak goals. That's another goal, could have been two as well. You know, they play with the three centre backs. They've got two wing backs. They can easily make it a five if they're struggling a little bit, but it's got to be better. You can't be sitting, you know, on 19 points and 8th position in the league at this stage of the season. But I still think there is time to make that up, and the fans, I think, are still with them. But a defeat today, then that could turn very quickly.
No check for that possible penalty shout. No check at all. Nope, we're on the go at the moment.
Burnley have equalised very quickly away at Aston Villa. Zeki Amdouni with a goal there on 31 minutes. 30 minutes played. Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 4. Ewan Henderson with the latest goal there. So just to bring you right up to date with all the score lines across Scottish football this afternoon. We kicked off today with the Old Firm derby, Celtic 2, Rangers 1. It was a great game, lots of talking points. Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1. O'Hara with opener in 12 minutes. He then missed a penalty on 20 minutes. Hearts 0, Ross County 0. Alan saying a really good game there, lots of chances. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 0, and Motherwell 2, Livingston 1. Blair Spittle with the opener in 40 minutes. Theo Bayer made it 2 on 19. Scott Pittman with a nice goal, getting Livy back in it on 23 minutes. In the Championship, Ayr United 0, Dunfermline 2, Emirates Cali Thistle 0, Morton 0, Queen's Park 0, Airdrie 0, Wraith Rovers 0, Arbroath 0. In League 1 this afternoon, we did have one game postponed, Kelty Hearts against Alloa. That one was called off. Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 5. It's coming up. I've not got that goal scorer through. My goodness, this could be a very embarrassing scoreline. It is, isn't it? And we had a former player actually on the phone a couple of weeks ago, Alan. He's a Hibs fan. He was on the programme and he was just saying really, really desperate to see the club going through such difficult times. So Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 5, Falkirk 3, Stirling Albion 0, Kelty against Alloa, match postponed. Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 0, Queen of the South 0, Annan Athletic 1. And in League 2 this afternoon, Bonnyrigg Rose against Spartans, that was called off this morning. Clyde 0, Stenhousemuir 1, Elgin City 0, Peterhead 0, Forfar 0, East Fife 0, also postponed Stranraer at home to Dumbarton. In England, it finished at lunchtime. Luton Town 2, Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 1, Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 1, Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0, Wolves 1, Everton 0. 5:30 start. Nottingham Forest at home to Manchester United. A wee chance?
Yeah, chance here at Dunfermline. Great play by Kubiak again. I think his Christmas has come late because again he just skinned the defender, put it across goal, and Whiten should just tap it in the net. It's a great save by the goalkeeper. Unlucky. Ayr coming back into the game. Again, play a few more forward passes here. It sounds really strange. They're trying to keep the ball. They've got to go forward. They've got to test Dunfermline. Once they've done that, they've had a few half chances, but nothing clear cut.
That goal for Ann Athletic just coming through. Aidan Smith with that one on 31 minutes. Kevin O'Hara with the 5th goal for Hamilton Accies. That
brilliant,
on 32
brilliant.
minutes.
What a brilliant goal, Kenny. No surprises, it's Rafe Rovers. Vaughan, magical stuff on the right hand side, and it's that man Easton, and he's been sensational this season. Just ghosting in from the left hand side, right across, just catching both defenders out. But it's a lovely little finish. He's got a bit to do at the angle, but he does it ever so well. So Rafe Rovers into the lead. What have we got? 33 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, terrific season there, having Rovers, no doubt about that. What a tussle. It's got to be a two-way fight now. He felt part of his last opportunity last night. They were thumped by Dundee United, so it looks like Dundee United and Raith Rovers will go head-to-head for the title and, of course, promotion to the top flight. Let's get back to Rory Loy down at Rugby Park. Nothing really happening there, Rory.
No, I mean, Dundee have actually grown into the game, and Joe Shaughnessy's seen a lot of the ball. The thing is...
Oh my goodness, poke the bear and he will score, Kenny. What a goal from Theo Bear. I'm not kidding you.
Whoa.
He just runs down the outside of Mikey Devlin. He shapes to shoot with his right foot.
Goal,
Devlin
Dundee!
dives in. He does a Cruyff and then takes his time, sits Jamal George down and just dinks it into the back of the net. Oh my goodness, didn't see that coming. Motherwell 3, Livy 1.
I did say they were growing into the game, Kenny, and Luke McCowan, the little magician in the middle of the pitch with the bleach blonde hair, picks the ball up. He takes one touch, and as soon as you see him on that left foot, you know exactly what he's going to do. Far corner, 1-0 Dundee.
Wow, the goal's absolutely flying in there, Leanne.
Flying in, no, good stuff from my Motherwell perspective as well. A really good goal, simple stuff as well, Craig. Just the channel ball.
Just a ball down the outside. Yeah. Mikey Devlin has had lots of injuries over the years, but at times this afternoon already, he's been treading water trying to go after Theo Bear. But what about the piece of individual skill to chop back and then sit the goalkeeper down and have that composure? Wherever you get that from, he's been hiding it for the last 4 years.
It just shows you what the first
Craig's
goal has done.
there.
Says his previous manager.
Yeah, were you surprised when Stuart Kettlewell signed him?
No, there's potential there. He's still a young guy. I know he's physically huge. He's a great athlete and he has got real ability. He just couldn't quite get it on the pitch and understand it. But again, he hasn't shown it enough. So again, no, it's one of those signings. I think he's still got potential. They're still learning, the game in Scotland. So it's great to see him get a couple of goals today.
It's a real bit of quality.
It's a sensational finish. Callum, you'll be wanting this player positively ID'd when you see this finish, because I haven't seen that from him before. It was an extraordinary finish.
We played a bounce game. He just arrived and scored a hat-trick in the bounce game. I thought, oh yes, this is brilliant. I can't wait to get him on the pitch. And then unfortunately it just didn't quite happen for him. But again, the more time he's getting, the more minutes he's getting on the pitch, hopefully he'll start scoring more goals.
And I'm still recovering for playing against him that day.
Callum, I had a player as well when I was manager at Aberdeen. He's one of our pundits, and you'll not be surprised to hear Billy Dawes did the exact same to me.
He'll be listening. Keep going, will it?
Nah, it won't be unexpected hearing me giving him a little bit of a ribbon.
No, absolutely not.
But he's a fantastic player, Dodge. I had no problem with him at all. No.
I'm expecting Dodsey on the line any minute now.
We hope so. We'll try and get hold of him.
He'll pull into the services to phone in the programme.
He was working for us, of course, after this lunchtime match. It was a 12:30 start. What a win for Celtic, beating Rangers by 2 goals to 1. We'll hear from Brendan Rodgers at half-time in the 3 o'clock starts. We heard from Philippe Clement earlier in the programme. He was talking about trying to build the mentality, talking about building the braveness in his players. He felt it was a good performance. He certainly felt his side didn't deserve to lose. He was unhappy at some of the officiating as well. 3 quality goals, you'd have to say there, in particular from Kyogo in 47 minutes and Tavernier with a late free kick
Dundee,
on
Kenny.
88 minutes. Yes.
Dundee, Kenny are looking really good now. Owen Beck, I know a lot of the guys on this show rate him, as do I. He's marauding forward at every opportunity, and Howley on the other side's giving great balance to the team. And McCowan's a player I really like. I'd be surprised if there's not a little bit of interest in him come the summer if he continues to have the season he's having and the goals he's scoring. It was a beautiful finish across Will Dennis into the far corner, and you could see it from my vantage point exactly what he was going to do, and he executed it beautifully. And they've got the 3 in the midfield, Dundee, who are getting about the pitch really well. Very unlike Kilmarnock so far in their performance. They're passing the ball out the pitch. They've lost a lot of momentum. They were good in the first 10 minutes, but Dundee, anytime I've seen them this season, have been a good watch, and it's not any different today, and they lead 1-0.
Kenny, just a thought for everybody going into the second half of the season. Hold on a minute, chance for Hearts. Second half of the programme today. Who would be your player of the year for the first half of the season? But that's been the last game of 2023, and why did you pick Lawrence Shankland?
Yeah, Alan's had a bit of time to think about that. I think that's going to take some beating. And we go back to last season when we asked who's going to win player of the season, and I think so many names have come up there, but one of the guys, when we already mentioned him, in terms of an honourable mention, we knew he wasn't going to win, it was Mark O'Hara. He was outstanding for St Mirren last season. So right now, it's a great one from Alan. Who would be your player of the season so far? So a bit of time to think about that, and we'll get to that in the second half on Open All Mics. Crystal Palace 2-1 up now at home to Brentford. Easy with the goal in 39 minutes. It had been behind. We have a red card. Josh Skelly sent off for forfeit in their game in League One. That's at home to East 5. And also Elgin City 1-0 up at home to Peterhead. Ryan McClellan with the goal there on 39 minutes. Queen of the South have equalised at home to Annan Athletic. Craig McGuffey on 38 minutes. Let's get back to Pittodrie. Willie, what's happening there?
Yeah, Aberdeen had a couple of good efforts in goal. Majowski, I pointed out, with that good volley, and Leighton Clarkson, a similar type of volley that he was well saved by Hemming and goal down at his near post. Aberdeen coming back into it. You know, the boos have stopped, and they're seeing a bit of domination here in terms of possession, and St Mirren falling out of it a little bit. But they've got to, they've got to get that goal back. I think a second half performance with 40 minutes on the clock just now, a good positive second half performance is required to finish off this year.
Oh, what a save! Surely the flag goes up.
So up and down for them.
Alan,
it's a rehearsed move from the training. It's a free kick played to the edge of the box. It's dinked in, but as it is, the Hearts back four push right out. The flag goes up. Xander Clark makes another great save, but the flag goes up on the far side. 41 minutes on the clock. 0-0, but a really good game here, Kenny. Plenty chances for both sides.
Falkirk absolutely cruising. 4-0 up at home to Stirling Albion. They are... Yes!
Somerset Park, it's the home side. It's actually really unfortunate. Aaron Comrie's actually slipped in the box. It's good play by Dowds. Down the right hand side, he's cut it back. Aaron's about to clear it. He slips on his backside. Giddy's standing there. He just taps it in from 6 yards. Probably say it's not quite deserved, but back in the game, Ayr United 1, Dunfermline 2.
How's he looking, Aidan McGeady?
I haven't really seen him all game. Till then, I think he's playing a central role, which is a little bit different from what we're used to. You used to like him wide when he used to take players on, used to chop and cause teams problems. He's just playing in behind the striker. Again, it's one of those, can he influence the game? So far he hasn't, but he's brought his team back in.
Penalty shout here at Pittodrie.
Yes, Willie.
It's McGarry that goes down in the box. He's under pressure from a St Mirren player. There seemed to be a push. I think it was a difficult one for the referee to call, because I didn't think there was much force in the push at all, and the ball was kind of caught up in his feet too. I don't know if you'll be able to get a look at it, Leanne, in there, but I'm not so sure it was a penalty.
It looks similar, Willie, I would need to say, to the one at Celtic Park today with David Turnbull. I don't know if you've had a chance to see that, but it maybe looks like there's just a bit of body contact.
Yeah.
Whether, is it McGarry, did you say?
Yeah.
Is more looking for it in terms of just pausing his movement to initiate the contact. I don't know, but I've seen it in real time. I'll hopefully get a replay and can give you a better insight into it.
Okay.
Bit of a blow for Kilmarnock. Brad Lyons, who's played pretty much every game this season, has had to come off. He's injured, and Rory McKenzie's going on. Just looking at Kilmarnock as well and having a think, they've switched from a 3-5-2. They've had a really successful period in the last 5 games, and they went with a back 4 with effectively 4 centre backs across the back 4 in Mayo, Wright, Finlay and Dees, and it hasn't really worked. We'll just get Willie's thoughts on 4 centre backs across the back 4.
I'm sorry, it was a really heavy tackle, Jason Holt, on Mika Bereth. The Motherwell players are asking for more than a yellow card, just if you get a chance, that's all.
He said a few,
like he was
Mika
high.
Bereth, yeah. Nah, no penalty, Willie Pittodrie.
No chance.
No.
Let me just say, Derek Adams is fuming here. Atkinson's just been booked, and he goes into a heavy he's going berserk. He's right in front of me. Atkinson then goes into a really heavy challenge with Scott Allardyce. He's going crazy. He's shouting it's a foul, it's a foul. I thought it was a foul. It could have been a second yellow for Atkinson, who just got booked for wiping out Danda. He is absolutely fuming.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Aston Villa back in front at home to Burnley. Moussa Diaby with a goal on 42 minutes, and we have an equaliser for Cove Rangers away at Montrose. Ruben Burrell, he's had a great season on 42 minutes. Some boos and shouts in the background there.
No, it's just a challenge.
Oh, is it? Oh, it sounded more than that.
No, it's just a challenge on the halfway line. I don't know why people get excited.
Oh my goodness, flag's gone up. I thought Theo Bear had a hat-trick. He knew nothing about it. In swinging free kick. I think it might have been Shane Blaney had the header. He's trying to get out of the way, hits him in the backside, ends up in the back of the net. But goal ruled out. Referee's flag went up, Leanne. You'll get a better look.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's the right decision. From me, I don't think Theo Bear knows much about it, to be fair. Comes off, it looked like the back of his calf or something just as the header came down. Another good opportunity though for Motherwell. Certainly onside in the first instance. Nah, he's off for me. Marginally though, it is tight.
What's been the difference? I know Livingston aren't great, we have to put everything into context, Craig, but what's been different about Motherwell today?
Kenny going in front.
Yeah.
Over the last 15 games, I worked out 1,350 minutes. Motherwell been ahead in 26 of those minutes. So when you're a team that's always having to come from behind, you're always having to chase games, you're having to throw men forward, you leave yourself exposed. It's always physically and mentally and emotionally. It's difficult every single week conceding the first goal and having to go and chase a game. Today, they've gone ahead, they got a quick second, and you could see the confidence starting to flow. They had a little knock as soon as Livingston scored, but once they went back to 3-1, they looked really in control of the performance, as if psychologically they tuned in this afternoon, whereas Livingston, unfortunately, are all over the place.
It's a worry for them, because we said last week when they lost to Celtic, Livingston, it wasn't going to define their season, but the next 2 games would. They've got a point midweek, and it sounds like they're getting well beaten today, Stephen, so nightmare for them.
It's just the ease of the goals. Yeah. Biscuits, that's all it is. I mean, 2 of the 3 goals have just been balls down the side where centre halves have to recognise there's no pressure in the ball and you can't squeeze the game. Just match your run, but they haven't been able to do that, and they put themselves in all sorts of trouble. But Motherwell are a little bit fragile as well, defensive wise and confident, so if they can take it back to 3-2, they'll know they've always got a chance.
Alan, talk to us about your game and what you've seen from the away side this afternoon.
A lot of energy, a lot of work rate from them. Honestly, they're very good. He's been very, very positive. Derek touched on it earlier. He's basically playing a front 4. Sims and Danda are very attacking players. He's got White and Murray up front with them, and when they break at pace. They've got good pace as well. I've been very impressed by Ross County. They're very much in the game. It's an even match, and a lot of chances. I think it's 8 chances each now they've had at goal, but very, very even. You wouldn't be able to tell that Ross County are near the bottom and Hearts are near the top.
Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 1. That's a half-time. It's also half-time. Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 5 in that game. Let's get back to Rugby Park, the away side ahead down there. Good value for their lead, Rory.
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. They've been really good to watch. Out with the first 10 minutes where Kilmarnock had a little bit of control. Dundee have been by far and away the better side, and Tiffany's in. He takes a bit of a heavy touch. Could have ended up a goal. Tony Docherty wants a penalty. They're still attacking now. Owen Beck cuts back, and the Kilmarnock clear the danger, and that has been pretty much the story of the last kind of 15 minutes. Dundee in the opposing half, in the opposing box, plenty of corners, plenty of wide free kicks. They've been excellent, really, really good to watch. But I have to say, I've seen quite a bit of Kilmarnock this season, and this is the most underwhelming they've been. They've looked really off it. I don't think the shape's helped. I think they're used to playing a back 3 with a 5. I don't think the 4 centre backs, as I was touching on before, it's worked. A left back Robbie Dees, right back Lewis Mayo. I think Lewis Mayo's comfortable at right back, don't get me wrong, and he can play there, but I think if you're going to have him there, you really need an Ndaba on the other side to give you that threat going forward. They've been quite flat, no really attacking impetus from the fullbacks, which has let Dundee come on to them. And Dundee well worth their lead, Kenny, and it could have been more.
Half time at Pittodrie, Kenny. 1-0 for the visitors.
Half time at Tynecastle, 0-0.
Thanks, Sam. That's what I love about Scottish football. It's unpredictability, because I watched Dundee at home to Celtic. They just were never in the game. They hardly had a chance all afternoon. I saw them in other games, and actually they played quite well. I watched Kilmarnock do a really good job in St Mirren midweek. Very, very good, very, very organised. And then, and we know about the home record for Kilmarnock, but Dundee going down there, and so far so good. Luke McCowan with a goal on 35 minutes.
I would be surprised to see Corey and Daba in the second half, Kenny.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get an eye for that.
Rovers won a Broth now. Sorry, Kenny.
No, okay, thanks to Derek. So that is a big game in the Championship this afternoon. So looking at the table, Rovers would go back to being 5 points clear of United. United, of course, would have that game in hand. A convincing win for them last night. A hat-trick from Tony Watt, as Leanne said. Have a look at that interview from him post-match. It was absolutely terrific stuff. It was his birthday as well. A great result for them, but my goodness, they've got a job in their hands fighting off Wraith Rovers in terms of this Championship title. These two well clear now. United in second spot. They are 9 points clear of third place Park Thistle.
Kenny, Motherwell 3, Livy 1.
What a first half there. I don't think any of us saw that one coming, as Stephen Craigan was saying. A bit of a goal fest, and what a first half performance from Theo Blair. He's got himself a double, and he laid one on a plate for the opener for Blair Spittle. Scott Pittman gave Livy some hope. We saw down in the touchline Davy Martindale going absolutely nuts. It's a really tough spell for him, no doubt about that. Still playing down in your game there at Somerset Park.
No, it's half time. Sorry,
half time
4 or 5 minutes ago.
Right, no bother at all. So half time there. So just one game remaining. Still playing there at Rugby Park, Rory.
Yeah, still playing. There was 4 minutes added on, and then the referee got in the way of a pass which held the game up a little bit longer. So possibly a minute or two left here. The Kilmarnock, for the first time in a long time, actually showing a little bit of, that's half time now, Kenny. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 1.
Good stuff. Half-time reports to come, and we will also hear the reaction of the Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers after their 2-1 victory over Rangers at Celtic Park. That kicked off at 12:30. A reminder, we're with you on Sports Sound right through until 6 o'clock this evening.
Football from Sports Sound.
Brilliant drop of the shoulder. What a goal!
From BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute.
You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. 4 games kicked off in the top flight at 3 o'clock. Let's get to Pittodrie. Aberdeen against St Mirren. There for us, Willie Miller.
Yeah, Kenny, bad news for the Aberdeen fans as they go in at half-time 1-0 down. And you've got to say it's deserved. It could have been worse, because the goal scorer, Mark O'Hara, actually missed a penalty after giving the visitors a lead in 12 minutes. They had an opportunity prior to that. Miguel Mandron with the header that was well saved by Roos in goal, but 12 minutes, the cross comes in from the left hand side. Mandron gets the first shot, it's blocked, it comes back to O'Hara, who's supporting from midfield. He puts the instep through it, takes a little bit of a deflection pass, Kel Roos in goal, finds the back of the net, and then they get the opportunity to make it 2 not long after that first goal. The referee was invited to take another look at an incident that VAR had reported to him. It was clearly an arm ball, comes off his elbow. Jensen is inside the box, he turns his back on it, his arms up in the air as well. I think the referee has got to make the decision and make a positive one to give St Mirren the penalty decision. Mark O'Hara, the captain, steps up, but it's a poor effort from him. He puts it well wide of the left-hand post. So that was a big let-off for Aberdeen. They have had a couple of chances. Majowski with a volley that just went past. He created it from out of nothing, really, just in the edge of the box. Clarkson also another volley that was well saved by Hemming in goal. McGarry went down looking for a penalty. I didn't think there was enough in it for the referee to point to the spot, and he didn't. So at half-time here, it's Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1.
Thank you to Willie Miller. Let's then get to Tynecastle and Alan Preston. He's watching Hearts against Ross County.
Really good game. Ross County had the ball in the net in the first minute. Purrington header, but White, after a 2-minute check, was ruled offside. Lowry then had a shot deflected wide. Cochrane had a cross. Tagawa should have done better with it. He knocks it wide. Then 2 chances in 5 seconds for County. Murray had a shot saved by Clark. The rebound Sims' effort was again saved by Clark. Good stuff here, really entertaining. Half-time score, Hearts 0, Ross County 0.
Thank you to Alan Preston. Next stop, Rugby Park, Kilmarnock against Dundee and Rory Loy.
Yes, indeed, there's not a lot happening here at Kilmarnock. In the first 25 minutes, it was very much a game that was played in the middle of the pitch with no team able to gain the upper hand. However, it was Dundee who gained the upper hand in the last 20 minutes and a half. They were excellent, and other than a Kyle Vassell half volley from outside the box, Kilmarnock haven't threatened the goal. The opener came on 34 minutes when Luke McCowan picked the ball up in the middle of the pitch. He took one touch across his body and found the far right hand corner. Will Dennis did make an attempt to save it, but he was nowhere near it, and that put the away side 1 up. Brad Lyons of Kilmarnock, the captain, was taken off injured, and Rory McKenzie came on in 42 minutes, which was a bit of a blow. Kilmarnock need to shake things up a little bit, I would suggest, as at half time here at Rugby Park it's Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 1.
I don't think anyone would have predicted this one. Stephen Craigan, game of the day so far at Fir Park, Motherwell against Livingston.
Well, I have to say, Kenny, I certainly didn't predict it. Motherwell did take a lead after 13 minutes, but they should have been 2-0 up before that, but for Shamal George. Good save early on from Theo Bair after 20 seconds, and another good save after 4 minutes to keep out Mika Bereth. But I did say they took a lead 13 minutes. Joel Nouble pickpocketed edge of his own box by Mika Bereth, fed Theo Bair, fed Blair Spittle, and toe poked it under George. 6 minutes later it was 2-0. Theo Bair, who's had an outstanding first half, just sprinted in behind the back three of Livingston. A simple ball over the top. Got there before George, showed great composure and just dinked it over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Just when Motherwell thought they were cruising and things were going well, what a goal from Livingston. Matano come off the right hand side. Lovely little dink ball into the box. Scott Pittman with his first league goal since April 2022. Sweet volley past Liam Kelly, but Motherwell restored their lead 10 minutes later when another long ball over the top had Bair in against Meggie Delvin 1v1. Chopped from his right foot back onto his left foot. Just dinked it over the top of Shamal George. A wonderful piece of individual brilliance. A lot of work to do for Davy Martindale at half-time and Livingston in the second half, because it's half-time here at Fir Park. It's Motherwell 3, Livy 1.
So in the Premiership we finished Celtic 2, Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1's a half-time. Also half-time, Hearts 0, Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 1, and as Stephen was telling us, Motherwell 3, Livingston 1. In the Championship, Ayr United 1, Dunfermline 2, Inverness Cally Thistle 0, Morton 0, Queen's Park 1, Airdrie 0, Wraith Rovers 1, Arbroath 0. In League 1, Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 5, Falkirk 4, Stirling Albion 0, Kelty Hearts against Alloa, match postponed. Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 1, Queen of the South 1, Annan Athletic 1. In League 2, Bonnier Grows against Spartans, match postponed. Clyde 0, Stennismuir 1, Elgin City 1, Peterhead 0, Forfar 0, East Fife 0, also postponed. Stranraer against Dumbarton, and in England it finished at lunchtime. Luton 2, Chelsea 3, half-times Aston Villa 2, Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 1, Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0, Wolves 1, Everton 0. 5:30 start, Nottingham Forest against Manchester United. It was an 11:30 start for us in sports, under 12:30 kick-off at Celtic Park, and a victory for the home side, beating Rangers by 2-1. Let's now hear from the Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers. He spoke with Kerry Nidsan.
And how satisfying a win is that for you?
It was very satisfying. Obviously at the end of December these can be tricky games, a lot of fatigue, but plus we played during the week and Rangers had the free week to prepare, but no, it was a fantastic win. I thought it was deserved. Scored 2 outstanding goals. Had other opportunities where we didn't maybe make the right pass. The only downside for me was when we went to 10 men. I played 11v10. We didn't control the game well enough, and we invited pressure on when we had to just keep our position and keep the ball moving and really stretch the pitch. So that was the only downside. But a brilliant day for the supporters. It was a great atmosphere here, and they really pushed the team on.
Yeah, it was quite a match. So much happened in there, but you're right to talk about the quality of the goals. Both of them, particularly, I have to say, Kyogo's second, but Bernardo's really coming onto a game as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's what you see with young players developing. He gets his confidence from the goal during the week. He strikes the ball really, really well. You know, we've seen that in training. You know, he had a hit before that went close and in the near post. And I thought when he went off, I had to be careful because he was on a booking and he had a couple of challenges that he was just on the stretch a little bit, and because he'd played full 90 minutes in the week, so we just decided to take him off, put David on, but his contribution was excellent, and like I say, he's developing really well.
And Kyogo, I think your opposing managers called that goal world class. I'm not too many people would disagree.
No, it was a really, really good team goal. We worked the ball really well. Matt Riley makes a great pass, and I think that Kyogo's movement, you see that in a nutshell. He normally goes in behind, but you see the movement to come short sort of deceives the defender, and then he turns, and it's a wonderful strike. So yeah, really, really pleased for him, and like I said, it gives a good foothold in the game second half.
It's a big win for you, isn't it? You know your guys well, obviously. What have you learned, if anything, from them today? That's 3 wins on the bounce for you as well, that kind of momentum keeping going.
Yeah, no, it's listen, I know the players, and for me there's still so much improvement to make, and players to come back. I thought we played well today. The pitch was difficult. I thought in terms of the fluency of the game, that was tough. The guys are having to make sure with their touch. But no, overall, I just think there's a lot of improvements to make. I really do. We've got players that will come back, which will make us better. We hope we can improve the squad as well, which can help. And like I say, we want to keep developing.
Yes, I mean, quite a good position for you as well, top of the league, and you're saying plenty still to come, plenty of improvement for you still to come.
Well, we have to. It's natural as well. You know, when we coach, we train to improve the players, improve the team, and then the mentality is improving all the time. So 2 really good performances. This a really good performance in terms of the win and sectors of the game was really good. But now we have to recover and maximise that on Tuesday.
You've had a few injuries to contend with over the piece, maybe another one today. Stephen Welsh going off with his shoulder. Nawrocki coming on. So first of all, Stephen Welsh, how is he? But Nawrocki looked like he played really well for you.
Yeah, he done great. Shame for Stephen, because he's a player that's had a couple of injuries when it looks like he's going to get these opportunities. So we'll have to wait and see what the medical team say on that. Then I think with regards to Mike, yeah, he again has been a bit stop-start in terms of injuries. He probably might have played beforehand, but he's obviously picked up a couple of little knocks here and there. He obviously hasn't been in the Champions League squad either. But I have a real faith in him, and I thought he'd come into the game, and for his to come in and play that length of time against in such a big game, I thought he did very well.
You'll be looking for some help in the January transfer window. Do you know how many you're looking to bring in? What positions you're looking to strengthen?
No, I'm not thinking of that at the moment.
You're just fully focused on the next game, on performances, and building on this as well. What's the big takeaway from you from today? We saw how you enjoyed the lap of honour with the supporters, and what this meant to this place.
Well, it means everything. I think that there's obviously a lot of noise around us, and like I said in the press during the week, I sense that everyone feels that we're in constant crisis mode here at Celtic. So, but I've never seen that. I don't feel that. It's one where we'll get better, we'll improve, we'll develop the squad, we'll keep working on the consistency of the team, and just keep progressing.
Chance! And it's a goal! Oh, what a goal!
All the action from all the biggest games.
Oh, it's the second goal!
This is Open All Mics from Sports Sound.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to Open All Mics on BBC Radio Scotland. 2 half-time reports to bring you both from the Championship. Raith Rovers at home to Arbroath. There for us, Derek Ferguson.
Yes, Kenny, Raith in a commanding position at the moment as it's Raith Rovers 1, Arbroath 0. Raith started really quickly, passed up a couple of good chances. The first was Smith, he was clean through, but ending up with a team shot in the end up. Conley then fired wide from about 8 yards out. Arbroath, well, they started to find their feet as the game wore on, and Stewart went close with a curler from 20 yards out, that coming in the 24th minute, but Raith produced the opener on 34 minutes. Some magical play from Vaughan to set up Dylan Easton to finish with the precision from 15 yards out. That's how we stand at the moment, Kenny. Raith Rovers 1, Arbroath 0.
Good stuff, thanks to Derek Ferguson. The leaders going very nicely there. Let's get to Somerset Park, Ayr United against Dunfermline, and Callum Davidson.
Yeah, great start by Dunfermline here. 2 goals up after 11 minutes. First from Jakubiak. Great play by Michael Halland on the right hand side. Cut it across. Great strike as well. Pinned the defender, spun, put it in the bottom corner. 7 minutes later, 2-0 up again, far too easily. For me, the defending was really poor from there. Let Jakubiak inside from the left hand side, and he's hit a low hard shot into the bottom corner. Dunfermline will be kicking themselves though, because the game should really be out of sight. They should be 3 or 4-0 up. But as you say, what happens in football, a little mistake by Aaron Conway slips, McGeady's tapped in, giving Ayr United a lifeline and makes this game competitive in the second half.
Certainly does. Looking in at the live table, Raith Rovers 5 points clear of United. United though with a game in hand. Then Partick Thistle, Dunfermline, they're now comfortable in that final playoff spot. They are 6 clear of Morton. Morton have below them Inverness, Cally Thistle, Ayr United and Airdrie all level on points. Actually looking at the bottom of the table, so Morton 19 points, Cally Thistle, Ayr United, Airdrie all on 18 points, Queen's Park 17 points, are both on 16 points, so all to play for there. Very, very tight from what, about 5th, 6th place down, but my goodness, the top 2 are well clear in that game. Tom, just briefly, what's your reaction to what we heard there from the Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers? We heard from Cleet come on earlier on. He felt his side definitely deserved something from the game. Brendan Rodgers, quite interesting there, talking about crisis. What crisis?
Yeah, I mean, and he's mentioned this during the week as well. Says people who feel we're in constant crisis mode. The reason they feel that is because we saw that from their own supporters, that there were some of them in front of the director's box when they lost their hearts, lost the plot entirely. So that was a club. Some of their fans were in crisis mode. So, that's the reason those mentions were put out there. But they've averted, if it was a crisis, which I don't think it was, they've averted it at the moment. They've won a big game today. I think they deserve to win it. But January is still a huge month. The advantage that Celtic have is that Hatate is like a new player for them, and so is Abada. They've only played a handful of games, if that, this season. So they're coming in, they'll get back up to their fitness. So that's like 2 new players this season that they've not had much access to at all. They will automatically improve the team. Rangers don't have that luxury. They have a few injured, but I'm not sure how many of them are kind of capable of, those game-breaking moments that Hatate and Abada are. So Rangers, they've got Fabio Silva in. He's a very interesting signing. I know he's only a short term, but he's a fascinating one. I think the league, it could well be decided on who gets it right in the January transfer market. I don't think there's much between these two teams at all. I don't think Rangers will be annoyed that they lost this game, but they played 30 minutes of it with 10 men, finished the stronger team, and there wasn't much there from Celtic that scared them. Yes, they lost the game, but I think they'll find it an easy one to rationalise compared to some of the drubbings they've been on the other end of in Brendan Rodgers' previous incarnation.
Big month ahead for both these sides in the January transfer window. Edinburgh City have pulled a goal back at home to Hamilton Accies. Uzi C with a goal in 47 minutes, but they trail by 5 goals to 1. Let's then get round the grounds, the very early stages in the second half. Let's get to Pittodrie. Aberdeen struggling at home this afternoon, Willie Miller.
Yeah, they're going to need a bit of character to get back into this game as well. I think they do have it, but they've got to show it in the second half. The weather is really turned very poorly indeed. The rain is coming down, the wind is whipped up as well. It's with St Mirren as they go from the Richard Donald stand into the Red Shed. But Aberdeen have got to turn this round. It's not a day that is going to complement passing football, but the gauntlet has been laid down. This is one of the games that they've earmarked to take the 3 points, and if they don't get the 3 points this afternoon, then you can bet yourself that the fans won't be happy. Mark
O'Hara with opening goal there in 12 minutes. He had the opportunity from the penalty spot just 8 minutes later to double the advantage, but it was a really poor kick. It was wide off the post.
Yeah, I'm just on Aberdeen, Willie. I mean, it was only, what was it, last week that Dave Cormack issued this long statement about the European Super League and the kind of changing landscape of European football. They're in 8th place in the Scottish Premiership at the moment. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Yes, yeah.
It's not lost on Willie, that one. You've been saying it all season. Well, they've just never got going, have they?
No, they haven't. They've had some good moments, mostly in Europe. They've had some parts of games, half 45 minutes in certain games, just right across the face of the goal. Big opportunity for St Mirren, and it's not dead yet. It's Mandron that's on the ball in the wide area trying to bulldoze his way through, but there again, there's a big opportunity for for St Mirren. The Aberdeen defence ripped open again. And they're leaking goals. I mean, what is that now? I think that's 27 goals that they've leaked from 17 games. I mean, you can't have that kind of a stat, and expect to do well in the league. They have now got to turn that round, and they have done it in the past. But, I think it's been a very disappointing season. There hasn't been any consistency at all in the team performances. There's been reasons put forward for it. I don't necessarily buy them. I think Barry's got to inspire the team to be better, because I think the squad is pretty strong but just not performing at the level that they should be.
No doubt they had designs on a third place finish once again, but they're well off the pace there. Hearts in possession of that right now, 3 points clear of Kilmarnock, but not so far. They've managed to find the breakthrough there against a very decent Ross County side, Alan.
Yeah, very good Ross County side, Kenny, and Stephen Naismith's made a couple of changes. Denham and Tago have gone off. Oda and Forrest have come on at half-time. It's been a very even match, it really has. There have been efforts from both. Ball in the back of the net, ruled offside, chances, good goalkeeping. Just seen Forrest there have a shot and a really good save by Ross Laidlaw in the county goal. It's been good stuff here, so it'd be fascinating to find out what Derek Adams says about this at the end of the game. But what I will say is, he has to mention the potential sending off of Atkinson for a second yellow card. He was fuming just before half-time.
He doesn't usually miss an opportunity, to be fair to Derek Adams. We love him in the media, that is for sure. Alan, we've spoken a lot about Lawrence Shanklin, of course. A big month ahead. What will happen with him? I'm struggling to think right now of a player, one player of any team, if it would have as big an impact as that would have at Hearts. He is such a key player. There's not, is there? No,
there's not. The next top goal scorer for Hearts is own goal. So that tells you where Hearts are in third place, and it's down to
You're not talking to me, Biscuits, no.
No, sorry, Stephen.
Sorry, just check.
14. I do remember. That'll stick with me for the rest of my life. 14 own goals.
You're saying, Kenny, it's going to be a big month for Lawrence Shanklin, is it?
No, I don't think he's going anywhere, because whatever Hearts want, they can make that if Lawrence Shanklin stays in the finish. Third, as we say that, Forrest is through with the keeper to beat, goes round the goalie, it goes down, and he's going to be booked for a dive.
Oh, we've got to look at that.
He's went round the keeper, he's one on one with the goalie, he's went round him. You have to have a look at it, see if he's been caught. He's certainly been caught. Whether or not there has been contact, I'm not so sure, but he has been booked for a dive.
Why would he go down, Alan?
You can tap it in the back of the net, Leanne.
I know.
County players are furious.
Yeah.
They're giving him a bit of stick there, no doubt about that. We'll get a look. We're not had a look yet.
Seems a bit bemused himself. I mean, he does get around the goalkeeper. I don't know why he would go down. He's just going to slot it home with the left foot.
That angle doesn't help us, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's quite far out. This one might be slightly better. Good reverse pass from Shanklin, right enough touch.
The legs out.
It's hard to see. I don't know if there's a bit of contact just at the
go.
tail end.
Here we go. I think.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's really hard to tell. I think they'll need to look at it.
You need one of those TV zoom cams to go right in on.
Tom, the reason I'm saying it could be a massive month or on, it could be a life-changing month, could it not? If he gets no penalty, if he gets an increased deal at Hearts.
Well, hang on. Let's roll back here.
Right.
I have it on very, very good authority that nobody has made a bid for Lawrence Shanklin since he was at Hearts.
Right.
They're not expecting a bid. So why all this chat? I think it's coming from his management company. They need to put him on a bumper new deal. Why? If there's no interest as we speak, why would they be putting him on a bumper? It's like bidding against yourself in an
like
auction.
the contract, Tom. His contract's coming down and down, so his value decreases. So clubs will be more likely to put.
But the next window, he's got 18 months left, right?
But Tom, the next window, right? So if they don't sell him this window, if they don't get an offer, as you say, we're then going into a year left on his contract. That run, the 1st of September, he's then 4 months away from signing for someone for nothing. And we've seen it before with John Souttar when he signed for Rangers. Rangers offered a small figure of 200 grand. I think he has to stay.
But there's no interest. Bizarrely, there is no interest in signing this player.
It doesn't mean there won't be though, Tom.
No, it doesn't. But as it stands right now, and we keep saying, 5 million. 5 million. Nobody's bid anything.
As it stands right now,
but
Tom,
what is wrong with extending the contract
to
your most prolific goal scorer in the club's history since John Robertson? Why would you not want to extend that anyway, Tom?
Well, what I'm saying here, right, and I'm talking to the hype around, and I think he's brilliant. Would be my vote for the player of the year.
I think the £5 million figure's coming out of the club.
Well, Kenny, they have to be careful putting that about, because if you're Lon Shanklin's agent, you're then going to the club and saying, well, if you value him at 5 million, pay him as a £5 million player if you want to extend his contract.
Stephen, but what I'm led to believe, the club have never stated 5 million. What they have said.
Big chance for Aberdeen there. Sorry, guys. Let's talk about something important. A strike from James McGarry with his right foot, and a really good save. A really good save from Hemming there. A good attacking move from Aberdeen. First chance of the second half for them. And McGarry, unlucky not to see it end up in the back of net, but good goalkeeping.
Yeah, the club have never stated anywhere, Tom, 5 million. What they've said was, if Hearts can finish third and he plays his part, we know the riches that Europe brings in group stage football. They've never quoted 5 million.
No, officially. I'm not saying they have officially.
I'm not saying they have. I mean, but this figure has been put out there, right?
Not by the club.
Not officially.
Absolutely.
Not officially by the club.
No, I'm not even sure.
Unofficially either, Kenny. They've not said
How do you know that?
Well,
I do know that.
How do you know that?
Listen, Tom's telling us that they've not had any bids.
Right. They've had no bids.
They've had no bids. So who are they going to tell it to? Who do you actually tell it to?
Media.
No, they've not. As far as I'm concerned, they're not told it to media. What they have
have you got
said.
any proof that they have, Kenny?
Perhaps.
What's that mean? Look, don't give me perhaps. Yes or no?
A good journalist never tells his source.
Thank you, Stephen Craig. And Tom English shouldn't have need to be
It's a
told
goal.
that.
And it's an own goal, I think. I think it's an own goal. It's a goal for Ross County. Simon Murray goes down the right-hand side and he whips it across. I think Sims is coming in at the back post. And I think it's an own goal. I really do.
That own goal be catch.
Cochrane, is it?
Actually thought Murray was marginally offside just in the first
It won't be
instance.
checked in the initial pass going down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think it is. Is it Cochrane that's on his
Yeah, it's
back,
Cochrane
arms
with the goal.
outstretched? Yeah, I think he knows it's come off himself as well. He's done everything to get there, but just couldn't get away for the goal.
Would be a huge blow for Hearts, Al. It would have been a terrific run of form.
They have been. They've not conceded a goal in the last 3. They've scored 5 goals. But Ross County are a good side. They are. Derek's got them playing. You know, you can't fault them for that goal. Hearts have not been at the races as much. County are very much in the game. The goal will
Simon
be checked.
Murray was onside.
Was he on?
Yeah,
That's a goal then, because I
yeah.
thought he was a slight off and it was played down the line.
Kenny,
definitely on.
Yeah, can I come in? I brought down to 10 men, but no sending off. They've only had 3 outfield players on the bench with a goalkeeper. They used them all up. The manager brought on 2 at half time, which I was quite surprised at. Then Steele got injured. It looked a bad and he's been off, and the goalkeeper's not been on. So they're playing at the moment. They're 1-0 down. They're playing with 10 men.
That's incredible, isn't it?
I was quite surprised that Jim done that at half time. You know, maybe one subject, I don't know what he was maybe too unhappy about. I thought they were giving a pretty good account of themselves, but no, they're left with 10 men unless he could have brought on the keeper, but at the moment, no.
Up against
Alan,
it now, a goal down and a man down to the league leaders.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I don't know if Alan, you've had a chance to see the penalty shout back.
Yeah, and I just had a look at it there.
Looks a penalty to me.
I think it's a penalty all day.
Caught.
Yeah, I thought
Cassius
he's
was
trailing leg.
left foot,
I said, yeah, he's trailing leg.
Yeah.
Which is an unbelievably poor decision from a VAR team to have looked at that and
Which
get
when you
that,
talk
and get
about
that wrong.
clear and obvious, that is a clear and obvious error, because he's caught his left foot. It's blatant to see from the camera
And
angle.
if you talk about communication between the referee and the VAR team, the referee will indicate that he doesn't think there's been contact. Then the VAR team need to intervene and say, look, we actually think there is contact. But how they've looked at that and found there to be 0 contact that's impeded that player is phenomenal.
And the player's also under pressure now because he's been yellow carded for a dive and it wasn't a dive.
And he's side a goal behind.
Yeah.
Stephen Naismith had a lot to say about VAR, this, as a lot of managers have indeed.
Well, he has in certain weeks.
And so, yes, there was one week, you're right, but the one again, he thought it was great.
When he gets 3 points, he's okay with it. When he doesn't get the 3 points.
Technical manager.
Kenny, yes. Come in again, take that back. They have brought on the keeper now. He's now playing centre forward. That is Ali Adams. They've had to. So
whatever you do, Derek, don't tell Derek Adams. What do you think of the Scottish team, eh?
I can't be bothered with him anyway. That's brilliant. But I wondered why they didn't make the change. Obviously, the big fella, he's had to get warmed up to go and play centre forward. So there he's coming over to the side. I don't know what he's up to.
Tell us what his runs is. Talk to us about his movement, how he plays that role. It'll be interesting to see.
I tell you what,
a lot of keepers fancy themselves as decent outfield players.
When they come running over to the touchline there, he looked like one of the bouncers I used to beat on a Saturday night. I wouldn't be messing with him. But no, I tell you, great. He's got a wee opportunity, hasn't he? He's went straight up top, and I tell you what, just go up there, put yourself about, see if you can cause a little bit of havoc.
Derek, and I can remember outfield players having to go and goal, but I can never remember a goalkeeper coming on having to play centre forward or play anywhere else in the pitch.
That's quite bizarre. Brilliant.
It was Robbie Winters, wasn't it, that came on in the cup final for Jim Leighton, the smallest goalkeeper that you're ever going to see in between the sticks in a cup final. But yeah, it usually is the other way around.
Wolves 2, Everton 0. Cunha with the second goal in 53 minutes. Falkirk now 5-0 up at home to Stirling Albion. Gary Oliver in 55. Just confirmation that Alex Cochrane own goal has Ross County ahead. Hearts 0, Ross County 1. Let's you can go.
Sorry, in the wake of that terrible Alan Forrest decision, I hope that Derek Adams is asked whether the officials in Scotland are 100 times better than the ones down the road.
Two interesting post-match interviews to come from that game. Also a very interesting post-match interview if things stay the same at Pittodrie. I know we've got an Aberdeen fan joining us later. We're just on till 6 o'clock this evening at Sports Sound, but we will have fan reaction, lots to get through. Again, no shortage of talking points in Scottish football. Let's get to Rugby Park. Kilmarnock behind.
Somerset Park, Ayr United 2, Dunfermline 2. Jamie Murphy's just come on the pitch. Ayr United have been much better second half. They play a lot more forward passes. They try to play through lines. They're playing a little bit quicker. Again, simple ball in the box. Dunfermline don't deal with it. I'm not sure he sticks in the back of the net. I'll need to double check that. But again, simple free kick. One header, on the second, goal, 2-2, game on.
Dunfermline were cruising there. Alex Kubiak on 3 and 9 minutes had them 2-0 up. What a fight back from the home side there, inspired by Aidan McGeady on 41 minutes. They are now back level, all to play for.
Thank you, Masonda, with the goal.
Masonda, thank you. Thank you, Masonda. Man City 2-0 up now at home to Sheffield United. Alvarez with that goal on 61 minutes. Just confirmation, Frankie Masonda. 63 minutes has Ayr United level. Any sign of the home side getting level at Rugby Park, Rory Loy?
Yes, there are, Kenny. They've been much better in this second half. They did change their shape like I thought they might. I got the personnel wrong in my prediction. It was actually Liam Polworth that came on for Robbie D. So they've went to a back three. Polworth's into the midfield, and Matty Kennedy is now at left wing back with Armstrong at right wing back, and they've been much better, much more comfortable in that shape.
They've got the second. It's Big Hamilton there at the back post. It was a wonderful cross. You can't tell with the wind, it's swirling, but it was Hamilton.
What a goal that is!
With the head.
From Jan Danda, 2-0, free kick.
Absolutely. Biscuits, come on!
You think half ears is great, wait till you see this one. What a free kick that is from Jan Danda. Giving Xander Clark absolutely no chance.
He's a terrific player, Danda. He's a nice player to watch, isn't he?
Wow.
Free kick.
Top quality. Yeah, you're spot on, Kenny. Clark doesn't move. He's rooted to the spot. Absolute brilliant to watch. Postage stamp.
Wow, some goals flying in. So Ayr United level now 2 apiece with Dunfermline. Masonda with that goal in 63 minutes. Queen of the South have come from behind there now. 2-1 up at home to Annan Gavin Ryle in 61 minutes. Wolves cruising 3-0 up now at home to Everton. Everton had been going well. Craig Dawson with a third goal on 61 minutes. Rory, just to finish up with your game there for now at Rugby Park.
Yeah, Kilmarnock really growing into the game. Poor ball from Armstrong just there, unlike him. Joe Wright, I can't tell, it was right in the middle of a goal report, so I didn't want to interrupt, but I don't know, it was a stupid header from an Armstrong. Whether the keeper saved it, it would be a great save. It might have come off the post. A lot of bodies in the way. Dundee also had a chance. McCowan's cross-come shot was just missed by Bakayoko at the back post. But it's been a really enjoyable second half so far, and I think there's at least another goal in this yet, Kenny.
Football fans are fickle, Kenny. You want to hear the pelters that Stephen Naismith's getting behind me?
The wheels coming off again.
I've had to hide the microphone, honestly. I've had to cover it.
How, if you look at Hearts, how could you beat Celtic without conceding a goal, beat Hibs without conceding a goal, and go 2-0 down at home against Ross County?
But that's what I love about Scottish football. It's so hard to predict.
Unpredictable, Kenny.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Couldn't agree more. And that's why there'll never be a challenge to the Old Firm to win the league. even with finances, because teams aren't consistent enough to put runs of 9, 10, 11 wins together. You're right, they can produce a performance like that against Celtic and then suddenly they find themselves behind.
Great free kick.
Which you have to give credit to Ross County, but the sounds of things, Alan said they played very well.
Great free kick.
What about your game there? I mean, we've been saying for weeks now, Crags, you've really got to fear for Livy this season.
Well, do you know what? There's a real nervousness around the game because at 3-1, Livingston know if they concede, it's game over. But Motherwell know if they concede, it's game on. So they're both kind of caught in between. Do they over-attack? Do they commit men forward? The closest anyone came to scoring was Livingston. It was a Mickey Devlin header, but Motherwell have really started to sit back. They're starting to clock watch, they're starting to think about winning the game, which means then you start to retreat, you start to be nervous. And Livingston in the last 10 minutes have been the better team just by simply putting long balls into the box. Bevis McGavie had to come on at half-time for Shane Blaney, he went off injured, and it's upset the back three a little bit. So it looks like if there's going to be a fifth goal in this game, it could go to Livy.
Crystal Palace 3-1 up at home to Brentford. Michael Elise on 58 minutes, and I did see a red card. Yeah, Burnley down to 10 men. They're 2-1 down away at Aston Villa. Sander Berge has been sent
just hit
off
the crossbar.
Yes, Tags.
Oh, Scott Pittman. Ball came in, bobbled about. He may have given a foul for it, but at the time, Scott Pittman shot off the crossbar. Motherwell are looking a little bit nervous. The supporters around the stadium are getting a little bit nervous, and that seems to be reverberating onto the pitch. So it could be a long 25-30 minutes for the home team.
Airdrie equalised at Queen's Park. Mason Hancock in 66 minutes. Elgin City now 2-0 up at home to Peterhead. Rob Jones with that goal on 62. Let's then get to Alan's poser for the afternoon. He was saying no one tops Ron Shanklin for player of the season so far. Derek Ferguson, would you agree?
Before I get there, Big Ali Adams, loving it. The ball is absolutely, it's got snow coming down in at the ball, and his touch is brilliant. He just kills it dead. Anyway, one of the guys was looking at me, I thought it was absolutely top draw. Right, I'm going to go. I've not got blue tinted glasses on. I think Miovski and Scales would be up there for me.
Yeah, two very good shouts. I hadn't thought about Liam Scales.
Yeah, good shouts.
John, come in on that.
Oh, what a save that is from Laidlaw. It's from Forrest's effort, point blank range. It just hits him. Great save.
Willie, player of the season so far?
Duke.
Matt O'Reilly's up there for me.
Matt O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Callum McGregor as well has been brilliant. Butland's been a good addition.
Butland, Majowski.
Yeah,
and
Butland
don't forget
me.
Tavernier as well.
Yeah, he was quiet.
I think Liam Scales is the biggest surprise
Yeah.
from everybody on here this afternoon.
Well, can you pick somebody
and
for
probably Celtic fans as well.
That was the worst. That was the worst one in school. Craig. Most improved.
Or could you go for somebody like a kind of team that you maybe kind of support? Like, I would have went for Butland, but I thought it was out with your own kind of team that you like.
Feel free, Derek. Feel
All right,
free.
well, certainly Butland's got to be in there. Oh, without a shadow of doubt. But just, I think Scales and Miovski, I think they're having brilliant seasons.
Miovski's brilliant, Derek.
Yeah, his finishing's sublime.
I don't think any team relies on one player the way Hearts rely on Shanklin. The burden that he is carrying in terms of goals is exceptional. That's why I had picked Shanklin.
But that doesn't make him player of the year, Tom. Surely.
Well, all the goals he does.
I know that.
All the goals.
It probably makes him
really
Hearts player of the year.
It makes him really important for Hearts. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but I think there's got to be other reasons, surely.
Well, there are. How many goals has he scored? That's the number of reasons.
Good. Let's hear them.
He's better the back to goal. His international goal for Scotland.
Well done. Yeah,
the Don has told you. Let's hear them. That was his final word.
But how many
we
goals has
need
Shanklin
a bit of
scored?
content in this programme.
How many goals has he scored? That whatever that number is, Willie. There's your other reasons.
He's not my player of the year.
Well, I'm not saying.
I don't have to tell you his stats.
Well, I wouldn't dare question.
Tell us the stats of the player you're picking, Molly.
But are you picking Miovski?
Of course I am. Yeah.
There's a neutral
and
jury.
Yeah, and James Tavernier. There's three.
Yeah, there's some great nominations. Edinburgh City, a bit of a fight back now, trailing by 5-2 at home to Hamilton Accies. Robbie Mann with a goal there in 68 minutes. Clyde, my goodness, they are really struggling at the bottom of League Two, and behind this afternoon, 2-0 down at home to Stennismuir. Matthew Aitken with a goal there on 66 minutes. Let's get back to Pittodrie. Willie, any sign of an Aberdeen fight back?
Yeah. I mean, they're dominating possession. The conditions are absolutely dreadful in Kenny. The wind is howling, the rain is pouring down as well. Really difficult conditions for the players out there. Really difficult conditions for the fans. Seemingly over 17,000 I've been told have turned up here this afternoon, so they've been disappointed. But Aberdeen are dominating possession in the second half. They've just had that McGarry ace right. They've had a lot of the ball, but haven't really created much with it. And I've got to say, on the other hand, St Mirren are defending extremely well. They've barely been up the park though. It looks as though the wind is swirling. The rain seems to be going in their favour, but the ball seems to be blowing the other way. But sometimes at Pittodrie it can be a bit like that, where it swirls. But they look as though they're running down the clock, St Mirren, and Aberdeen are pushing for the equaliser. So I think there is still hope for the home fans.
All I was going to say, Kenny, was my Matt O'Reilly shout. If we're speaking about stats, 20 games, 9 goals, 6 assists. Lauren Shankland in the league, 20 games, 11 goals, 0 assists. Not bad for a midfielder.
Listen, he's right up there. No, there's no question.
Shankland's
O'Reilly's
only 2
up
goals
there.
better off than him.
Yeah.
Shankland, 17 goals in all competitions.
Yep.
He's been involved in 60% of Hearts League goals this season, either scoring or assisting. Now, Willie Miller, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Thank you, Tom. A bit of content at last.
I'll wake up the number of winners he scored, i.e. the number of points.
See, I've got you going now, haven't I?
He's been beavering up with the glasses are off. His head's in his phone.
I'm glad you've left behind this Miofsky nonsense, Willie, and you've come over to my side of the argument.
Right.
Miofsky has been excellent.
Guys, something else I want you to think about. One of the disappointments for me last week, we didn't have open all mics with the late call-offs. I was going to ask you guys, I'll do it today, have a wee think about this. But I don't know if you all saw the video of the Alaves manager after that last gas defeat for Real Madrid. Shaking players on the touchline, going absolutely ballistic. So there must be a few stories from the team this afternoon as to the worst managerial rant, explosion, whatever you want to call it. So have we think if there are any stories you can share with our listeners this afternoon. Let's get back to Rory at Rugby Park. What's happening there, Rory?
Well, it's a bit of an onslaught in terms of, the peppering the Dundee box, not really the goals. A lot of crosses going in. I have to say, Joe Shaughnessy has been a man mountain at the back for Dundee. He's like a magnet. He's headed and kicked everything, got distance on it and got his team up the pitch when they've had to. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. But Dundee need to be careful. They're getting deeper and deeper. They're allowing Kilmarnock to have possession, and with players like Armstrong and Watkins on the pitch, you're asking for trouble at times. But Kilmarnock have been better in the second half. Whether they've done enough to earn that equaliser, I wouldn't say so just yet. But it'll be interesting to see how Dundee approach the last 20 minutes. Boateng is on to shore up that midfield, and Howley's went off. So very much in the balance this game, Kenny. Still 1-0 Dundee.
What about the game there at Tynecastle, Alan Preston? A fine performance from the away side. Are they worthy of that? Is that a fair reflection on the game?
I don't think Hearts have played as well. They've had chances. Laidlaw's had a couple of really good saves, but you know what? Ross County are playing really well. They've never won at Tynecastle. I think it's 17 attempts now. They've never won here, so this will be history making for them if they can hold on. And they've made a change. Brophy's come on. Simon Murray, who's been a pest with his pace over the top, setting up that first goal's gone off. But how pivotal was that mistake by the referee to book Forrest and not give a penalty to Hearts at 0-0? Yes,
I've not seen a replay of that. I've not had a chance to look at it.
It's a terrible decision.
There's no doubt about it at all.
For me, no doubt. I think it was an awful decision.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get some clarity
Vargas
from the
is through
SFA
for
on
Hearts.
that.
Can he score? Yes, he can. They're back in the game. Vargas, 71 minutes. It's just a ball played through. Vargas is on it. Lightning quick. Keeper comes out, rolls it under him into the back of the net. Game on again. Hearts 1, Ross County 2.
Yeah, just watching a replay. Oh my goodness, it's a shocking decision, isn't it?
Like the thing about this,
missed.
Yeah, well,
must be looking at the wrong angles, because some of them it was very difficult to decide.
But we go through a lot for VAR, right? The fan experience has been massively compromised. Some would say it's been ruined. But you go through all of that, and you have to get these decisions right. Like, this is the bare minimum, is you get those ones right to try and make up for all of the upset in the game, and they get that wrong. Well, that's unforgivable.
Let's get the guidance from the SFA on that, because we'd love to hear the explanation for that decision.
Would you?
Yeah,
I would love to.
Well, hopefully we got some guidance earlier on from the game at Celtic Park. Let's hear it now for that decision.
It could have just boiled down to an individual. It's an individual error from the VAR official not to show that angle, or not to.
That's happened before, Crags. We've not seen all the angles. That certainly happened in the early days.
Every single angle.
You're back to opening weekend again at Tynecastle.
Yeah, but it's not like all this. They didn't show all the angles.
I mean, the opening weekend of VAR
that shouldn't be happening. Right? So it should not be happening.
Crawford Allen likes to come out and give the audio of certain things. Let's hear the audio of that then, Crawford, if you're listening. Can we hear the audio of the referee speaking to the VAR and finding out how they managed to get the decision like that?
Well, that was my
angles.
point a few weeks ago. The request was in. We were told it was happening. An interview with Crawford Allen. It didn't happen. I think our listeners would love to hear some of their questions put directly to him.
I think I have more of a chance of going out on a date with Scarlett Johansson biscuits than you have of getting a result with that request.
So you're telling us you've got a chance, Tom? Is that what you're saying?
There's always a chance, Grant, in my deluded mind.
Whoa, he's taken right out of play. Alan Forrest has been wiped out by James Brown as he runs across him. You can hear the Hearts fans not happy at all. The referee and his officials haven't seen it. The fourth official's got to be seeing that right in front of him. Doesn't get involved.
So Vargas has given the home side some hope there. Hearts 1, Ross County 2. Elsewhere in the Premiership, Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1, Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 1, Motherwell 3, Livingston 1. The lunchtime kick-off, Celtic 2, Rangers 1. In the Championship, Ayr United 2, Dunfermline 2. What a fight back from the home side. They were 2-0 down early on. Inverness, Cally Thistle 0, Morton 0. Queen's Park 1, Airdrie 1. That equaliser coming from Hancock on 66 minutes for the away side. The leaders cruising at home to Arbroath, 2-0 there. Dylan Easton and Jack Hamilton with the goals. Into League One, Edinburgh City 2, Hamilton Accies 5. Accies were 5-0 up at half time in that game. Falkirk 5-0 up at home to Stirling Albion. The top two going very well this afternoon. Postponed, Celtic Hearts against Alloa. Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 1. The home side had gone ahead there. Ruben Burrell, he's been in terrific form this season. He equalised for Cove. Queen of the South have come from behind. They're leading Annan Athletic by 2-1 in League Two. Bonnier Grows against Spartans, match postponed. Clyde 0, Stennismuir 2. Perhaps some hope for the home side with Steny now down to 10 men. Steny going very, very well at the top of the table. Elgin City 2, Peterhead 0. Forfar also down to 10 men. It's goalless in their match at home to East Fife, and postponed Stranraer against Dumbarton in England. The lunchtime kick-off finish, Luton 2, Chelsea 3. In the 3 o'clock starts, Aston Villa 2, Burnley 1. Burnley down to 10 men. Crystal Palace 3, Brentford 1, Man City 2, Sheffield United 0, Wolves 3, Everton 0. 5:30 start, Nottingham Forest at home to Manchester United. Let's get back to Willie Miller, and a big 20 minutes or so ahead for the home side there, Willie.
Yeah, 15 to go here plus time added on.
No way, no, is that Kenny, the big fella? That is, no, I'm hurt. You want to know who scored? Is it? No, I thought it was goalie.
Is the goalkeeper scored?
You better have.
I'm just going to check this. Is that the big fella? He's rattled it in from about 30 yards. I'm not having that. He's actually ran to the. He's away the Red Bull support. I'm on my feet.
So that's just to explain to our listeners. That's the substitute goalkeeper that come on and played up front.
Substitute goalkeeper is just cut in from the kind of left. He's playing obviously central, but he just dropped into the hole, kind of left-hand side on the half turn. Drives forward 5-6 yards and then unleashes an absolute pile driver, and oh, what a strike that was. In fact, I now know he's a PT, he's a personal trainer. And moments ago, Kenny, because I was going to come at you, because he was shuttling up, he was trying to close him down, and he was turning round, having a go at some of the midfield players, saying, why you no back me up? And I tell you what, I now know why. That is goal of the season. That was brilliant.
That is absolutely crazy.
What a story that is.
Oh my goodness, that is developing.
That's
mad. Ross Taylor was the man sent off for Stennismuir in 74 minutes. Yes, confirmation coming through. Ali Haddons with a goal for Arbroath. They're right back in it now. Away at Wraith Rovers. Rovers 2, Arbroath 1. That goal in 76 minutes. Burnley down to 10
men. It's a second goal. Really? Second goal, Kenny, for St Mirren. It's a substitute that's come on. A Junga who gets it in the back post. It's whipped into the back post. He's found a pocket of space and he calmly slots it into the back of the net. Well worked goal for St Mirren to take them 2-0 ahead of Aberdeen.
He runs past an Aberdeen defender there, Willie, at the back post. I can't see who it is. Aberdeen, they've got 2 defenders at the back there, and neither of them are doing anything.
What about the delivery, though?
The delivery brilliant.
Delivery's fantastic.
The delivery's brilliant. But the defending
beats every single
and the finish
defender.
is really good.
So difficult to defend though, that one, Tom, as well. You know, when it's whipped in from the left-hand side. you can easily put that in the back of your own net.
It's no man's land, Willie, isn't it? In terms of the goalkeeper being unable to come for it and defenders being caught. Just getting another look at it
Fabulous
here.
delivery.
Great delivery.
Fabulous,
good striker play out the back post just to knock it home.
I think it's Scott Tanger, is it, that whips it in with his left foot?
Yeah, really lovely goal.
Derek, I'm just thinking about the big goalkeeper coming on and scoring. Surely he must be expecting to start next week, never mind playing the bench as the second goalie. He's obviously better than the outfield players.
Honestly, a ball was away up there, above the stand, and he produces a wonderful touch, and I'm thinking, is that just a wee bit of luck?
Derek Adams is going mental. If this goes in the back of the net, he's going to go crazy. He's not even watching the game now. He's actually now having an argument with the fourth official. No. And he scored! He's gone mental down there! Lawrence Shanklin, Willie Miller! He's got him back in the game. Ross County want to make a double change. They made one, and the other one was ready to go on. The referee starts the game, and Derek loses the plot. He just has a right go at the fourth official because the second substitute wasn't allowed to go on. He wasn't even watching the game. He was arguing with the fourth official when the ball's knocked back and Shanklin rolls it in at the back of the net. I'm glad we're on to 6 o'clock because this after-match interview could be a bit of time.
I know a few Dereks that lost the plot.
Alan, was there a delay in terms of the substitutions happening? Did the referee feel that it was taking too long, or was it just an oversight?
No, one was Purrington was injured, the left back on the far sideline, so he was walking off because he was injured. The doctor and the physio were on with him, so they were helping him off. They put the first one on for him, they were waiting to put the second one on, and the referee starts the game again. Incredible. And he's going mental.
The finish from Shanklin is literally a pass.
It's a pass.
It's just a pass.
Yeah.
It's the simplest of finishes. Not even a lot of force behind it or speed in the ball, but just so precise.
So he's ready for it, isn't he? He's ready for the pass. His body is shaped. He knows exactly what he's doing.
On-track equaliser in 79 minutes.
We've got a wee bit of drama, Kenny.
Yeah, take it away, Derek.
Yep, penalty kick for a Broth. It's not Ali Adams that's taking it. It's McIntosh. It was just a strike, come off the hand. I think it might have been Milne. I'm not too sure, but the referee was close by, no hesitation. So McIntosh run up, scalps it into the back of the net. This is incredible. 2 each from a position where they were absolutely cruising. And you look at a Bros, things going to go against them.
This is a foul. The referee's missed another one. It's a really good layoff by Shanklin into the path of Cochrane. He gets caught, in my opinion, right in the edge of the box. Now it's Stevie Naismith's turn to go ballistic at the fourth official.
Alan, who's the referee there today?
Alan Muir, 7-1.
I would need to agree, Alan, to be honest, because the decisions that you've called out, like the Atkinson one earlier on, that one, we've looked at the penalty shout, it looks to me like it's clear and obvious errors. Complete oversight. And a good game as well. You know, so if you've actually enjoyed a decent game of football, if you come away from this game and you're left discussing if buts and maybes in terms of VAR decisions and oversights from the referee, that's criminal, because it's doing the game an injustice.
So just confirmation come through Leighton McIntosh with that equaliser from for a Broth and a penalty spot, 2 apiece there.
Yeah, that's where we are. You know, this does look like a good game. I mean, Hearts have come back from 2-0 down, and it's all about the penalty decision, the foul, the referee's performance. This is the world of VAR.
Yeah, plenty of talking points today.
Lifetime of this ahead of you. Yeah.
Oh, great.
The talking point here, Kenny, if this stays the way it is, and Aberdeen can't pull anything back from this game, and it's a 2-0 victory for St Mirren. The fans here are not happy at all. A lot of them are actually leaving. I can't blame them. The conditions are absolutely deplorable, but the quality of play out there, and I know the conditions have got a big part to play in it, but Aberdeen simply haven't created enough opportunities in this game, and if St Mirren do take the full 3 points, they thoroughly deserve it, having that penalty missed as well.
Conditions are the same for St Mirren, Willie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's no excuses here.
No, I'm not putting.
No, but I'm not. Yeah. I'd be interested to see what Barry Robson says, because this is. Yes. And obviously St Mirren have missed a penalty.
Yeah, they might say that Aberdeen have pinned St Mirren back as they did in the Cup final for the last 10 minutes, and St Mirren have defended. They've had to defend in the second half, but there hasn't been many opportunities they created by Aberdeen. Just a couple, McGarry and a Pulvara header. That's it for the second half, and that's simply not good enough when you've had this amount of possession.
You're 9th in the table. I know they've got games in hand and those around them, but Motherwell 8th, 19 points. Aberdeen 9th, 19 points. St Johnstone 10th, 19 points. County, they have 18 points from 18 games. It's all very congested at the bottom end of the table. One of the teams drawing away from that, Rory Lloyd Dundee, a terrific result on the cards this afternoon.
Yes, indeed, and they were under the cosh for quite a bit of this second half, but Kilmarnock have made a few changes, or a couple of changes, and it's really upset their rhythm. Armstrong's come off, Graham Kai Stevens comes on, and Donnelly's come on in the middle of the pitch as well, and it's just upset them a little bit, and Dundee just growing ever so slightly back into it again. It's to be totally honest with you, even when they did have those periods of pressure, their quality wasn't good enough, whether into the box, and Armstrong looked miles off it today, which you can't say that often about him. And Dundee are good value for their lead, despite having to defend for long periods in this second half. They've just not done enough, Kilmarnock. There is still 10 minutes to go, and you just never know. They might get that break of the ball inside the box, but Dundee have been the better side, whether it's the first half on the offensive or defending really well in the second half, and it is still 1-0 to Dundee, Kenny.
Much better from the home side at Fir Park this afternoon, Stephen Craig, and something to build on.
Well, you have to say the game's not over yet. There's 5 minutes plus out of time. The whole second half's been a game of who can kick it the highest and who can kick it the longest. And at this moment in time, no one's really winning because Livingston can't get the goal. They've looked the most likely. Every time the ball was near the Motherwell goal or into the box, there's a real nervousness, there's an apprehension from the players, from the fans. So they're just desperate to get this game over and done with, get themselves 3 points and try and pick themselves back up. But Livingston have been better in the second half, but there's been no real football played, Kenny. They've lacked quality, and if Motherwell could get a fourth goal, then it would be game, set and match. But as it stands, Livy are still in it.
Alan Preston was talking earlier about Alaves manager, the biggest explosion you've seen from a manager.
McLean.
Yeah.
Every week. Even when we won. Honestly, that was nothing.
Jim McLean in that Scottish Cup tie against us. Alan, do you remember the one where he barged his way from the front row of the stand in front of all the SFA officials, got to the tunnel, verbally assaulted Charlie Nicholas, who was being interviewed as the man of the match, and then came up to the halfway line and came face to face with me? That must have been one. I don't know if you can remember. Go on to YouTube.
There's only one winner there, Willie.
Go on to YouTube.
We Jim would have knocked you out.
But he won a game.
But Dundee United were winning games 5 and 6-1, and he was fining the players their win bonuses because they weren't entertaining enough.
Craig, sorry to come in here.
Genius.
Was that? Did you see the challenge from Anderson there?
Yeah, it was just in front of the away dugout. He was given us a yellow card. It actually happened out of sight.
Did he get booked for that decision?
He got booked. It happened out of sight because Paul McGinn knocked the ball down the line, followed on off the pitch. He was then caught off the pitch, so it happened right in front of the dugout in the blind spot.
Right, okay, because I thought he was actually already on a booking.
Bruce Anderson?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure. I would have to check it.
Because there's no update on the stream that I'm following, but it's already got him marked as a yellow card. It could just be an oversight, but that was what caught my eye, sorry.
Oh, it's in the net! Kilmarnock have scored, and Trevor Carson, it's not like him, he comes out to claim the ball, he wants a free kick. I don't think it is a free kick. It's difficult to see who got their head on it. It might have been Joe Wright, but it's in the back of the net. Kilmarnock get that goal, and with 5 minutes left on the clock, the momentum is with them. Tony Docherty, he isn't happy. Leanne, you'll get a better look at it, but it's 1-1 down here at Rugby Park.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for a replay. You know, you always know, Rory, a Kilmarnock goal's never too far away at Rugby Park, really.
Aye, and to be fair, they've been below par today, so Derek McInnes will be delighted that they've got back in. It is Joe Wright who's getting the claim of the goal over the Tannoy. I did think it was him, but Trevor Carson, like I said, left a lot to be desired there. He's been very good this season for Dundee.
Let's get back into the Championship, and a big setback so far for the leaders this afternoon, Derek Ferguson.
Yeah, it's quite incredible, Kenny. You know, Wraith absolutely cruising, you know, for most part. Then that quite incredible goal from the big
it's brilliant
goalkeeper.
From Owen Beck. Oh, he's just ran past about 2 or 3 Kilmarnock players and rifled a shot with his weaker right foot, and it comes off the cross between the crossbar and the post. This game's come to life here massively, Kenny. It's still 1-1. We've got players lying on the ground, including Owen Beck, but my goodness, this could go either way.
Great when Rory's on the helium. Magnificent stuff. No, it's quite incredible here, Kenny, because the goal for the big sub goalie, Ali Adams, is absolutely brilliant. Then I think it was Scott Brown that handled in the box, and big Leighton McIntosh just smashed it home from the spot. So yeah, there's a good home crowd here this afternoon, so they're really nervous, but this is when this Raith Rovers side come to life. You know, they score so many late goals, it's quite incredible. So we're 87 minutes on the clock at the moment with a little bit of time added on, so still got a bit to go.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You don't write Raith Rovers off late in a game. They've pulled off some remarkable comebacks, as Derek was saying there. Edinburgh City 2, Hamilton Accies 5. That is a full-time scoreline there. Accies had raced into a really comfortable final advantage. A brief fight back from City at the start of the second half, but they couldn't maintain that one in that game. Let's get to Willie Miller. Just talk to us about the atmosphere there now among the home fans, Willie.
No, there isn't any.
They're all away.
As you can imagine, yeah, they're deserting the place. You know, Aberdeen have only got it's a couple of minutes of normal time. In fact, less than that. Probably 1 minute and some time added on. No, it's been poor. Yeah, you can put forward excuses about the conditions, but as Tom said, it's the same for both sides, and St Mirren have managed to get the 2 goals and obviously miss a penalty too, and it simply hasn't been good enough. He's made numerous changes throughout the game, trying to stimulate numerous changes of formation as well. Has Barry Robson simply hasn't worked. So the atmosphere, to your question, is it's dead. There isn't any atmosphere. The fans are deserting the stadium, as you would expect. I think you would expect with your team 2-0 down. Another opportunity. A big chance. A little chip, and it's for St Mirren on this occasion again. And the referee eventually does what? Offside, yeah. So he's brought it back. All that excitement for nothing because it was offside about 5 minutes ago. But yeah, not good enough from Aberdeen. And great for St Mirren. You know, they've came up here, they've been in a poor run. You know, they fought their corner, they've created chances, they've scored the 2 goals. Disappointed they missed the penalty, but recovered from that. So Stephen Robinson will be delighted with this performance and this result.
I thought big shout for a handball at Rugby Park. The home crowd are up. Rory McKenzie's asking for it. Leanne, have a wee look. It pops up quite quickly. I'm not convinced. You might get a better look at it.
It does pop up quickly, you're right. Just whether the arms are by the body, not clear to see. We will get a close up in a wee second, Rory. Play goes on right enough.
Full-time Montrose 1, Cove Rangers 1 in League 1. Cove coming from behind. Both the goals there scored in the first half of that game. They're still looking at this one?
No, the play's still going on. Derek, I've just had a replay of that goal, 25-yarder.
They're checking something at Pittodrie.
I would say it was a 35-yarder.
Thanks, Alan.
35-yarder, Leanne, for me.
35. I know BBC have got it done as 25. I don't know what measuring tape they're using.
It
was a penalty shout, Willie, at Pittodrie.
Is it?
Is it Cartman that slides in?
Okay.
Don't think he plays the ball, to be honest.
Yeah.
Slides in and Olusanya.
Okay, well they're taking their time to make the decision on it. Haven't had the opportunity to see.
Tries to recover it. He goes with the right leg, looks to try and get round Olusanya, but for me, I don't think it's clear that there was much contact with the ball.
Okay.
Interesting to see how they view it. Nothing at Rugby Park, Rory. I take it play.
No, there was nothing.
Stopped and resumed.
It has. I tell you what, Gary Mackay-Stevens been excellent since he's come on. His touch and delivery. He set the goal up for the corner. He won the corner. He's just put another fantastic ball in. The only problem they've got is Danny Armstrong plays exactly the same position.
Full time 2-2 Somerset
he's a
Park.
talent, Rory.
Thanks very much. There's to Callum Davison. So
it's a penalty. The referee's given a penalty to St Mirren.
He let Mark O'Hara take that one, Leanne.
He's off.
Well, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's a penalty check at Motherwell as well for Livingston.
They get injured. I think it's Kilty. I think Greg Kilty is the man that's going to take the responsibility.
Trying to see it for Park again. Was it another handball shout, Craigs, potentially?
It must be.
Not a great angle with that.
It was a strike into a ruck of bodies. So it'll be interesting to see whether it's ricocheted off someone or not. But the referee's been standing for a good minute with his fingers here. It's a ball with the back post. It's headed back in. Is Laturi from about 5 yards out. Yes, there's a melee. He plays in front of him. He gets contact on the ball. Just knocks it wide. What a chance to be a hero and win Ross County all 3 points.
Greg Kilty again with the right foot. Strikes it. Top corner. Brilliant penalty. 3-0 St Mirren.
Willie, at what point? I mean, you look at this is going to be 5 wins in 17.
Yeah.
They're where are they? They're 9th in the league. I know there's games in hand and all the rest. At what point does the board start getting twitchy? Because I haven't picked up on any desire to question Barry Robson so far.
I think that's a brilliant clearance. It's a ball played into the box. I think it's Baldwin manages to get on that from 6 yards out the middle of his own goal, and he flicks it over the top of the bar. I think it's Vargas was right behind him to knock it in.
Yeah, he does well.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they want to make that move. I think it's hope that Barry can turn it round, and having these games in hand as well. But this is one of these games.
Yeah.
This is a game where you're looking at 3 points. I'm not looking at a 3-0 defeat with a penalty missed as well. It's getting to the embarrassing stage, and this is when the fans start turning, the directors start getting twitchy. They might not have been twitchy before this game. They've got to be twitchy now, though. Surely.
Yeah, this is one, as you say, 3-0 with a missed penalty. This is a count different. This isn't a 2-1 loss, or this is a major distress flares flying out of the top of Pittodrie tonight.
That have not been firing on all cylinders.
Big chance! Oh, he scored! Come on, it went! And it's Rory McKenzie. The ball drops to him in the box. It deflects off. I think it's Shaughnessy, and he finishes it on the spin with his left peg. Derek McInnes takes the adulation of the home support. Tony Docherty can't believe it.
He's really milking that Derek McInnes. You can see the picture.
It's a really good finish as well. And Dundee had a chance up the other end as well. And it's Kilmarnock 2 from nowhere. Dundee 1.
Nothing like rubbing it in your mate's face.
That was a huge celebration.
Derek McInnes.
Oh, love it.
Very harsh on Dundee, I must say. A draw, yes. A Kilmarnock win, I'm not so sure.
Late penalty for Aston Villa, scored by Douglas Luiz on 89 minutes. They're back in front against 10-man Burnley. Let's get to Alan Preston. Real pressure from the home side there, Al.
Yeah, they're forcing pressure, but there's a free kick to Ross County at the edge of their own box. They're just taking their time, seeing it through. Derek, Adam will see this as a really good point, and it is. They've played well. They've been very much in the game. Stephen Naismith, can do better, but coming back from 2-0 down, I honestly think a draw's a fair result. Both teams have went for it. It's been really entertaining stuff.
Well,
it's a good finish from McKenzie. I would need to say he does really well, Rory. Just on the swivel, a bit of a stramash in terms of the defensive work from Dundee. Ball just breaks, but he does really well. Just laughing at that Kilmarnock dugout. Every single staff member. Derek McInnes, both arms up in the air.
Yeah, it was a good finish, especially at that time of the game, Leanne.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Good composure, and I tried to keep my helium voice to a minimum there for you, Derek.
So it looks like a late winner there at Rugby Park. Any sign of the late winner at Starks Park, Derek Ferguson?
No, Kenny, it's actually the opposite, because Abroth just had a couple of opportunities there, winning corners away up on that left-hand side, so they've got a huge lift obviously coming back from 2-0 down, so no, nothing in it at the moment, only about a minute or so to go, so but you can see, it's clear to hear all around me that there is a disappointment from everybody concerned with Rafe Rovers, but from a Broad point of view, if they come away with a point, it'll be a real precious point for them.
Full time for Port Kenny.
Well, Derek,
3, Libby 1.
We have a goalkeeper coming up for a corner here, Trevor Carson. It could be the second goalkeeper to score today.
Here we go. Right, let's see. My goodness.
Owen Beck's going to whip it in.
Can you imagine the celebrations if this goes in from me?
Oh, Shaughnessy scored! Joe Shaughnessy scored! Oh my goodness me! Tony Docherty straight across to Derek McInnes. I don't know what he's saying. Unbelievable scenes. I thought it was going to be Carson, but it went over his head. And it's a free header from Joe Shaughnessy. Forget everything I just said. Dundee back on level terms, deservedly so. How many times is Joe Shaughnessy going to do this?
I don't know, but I'm seeing the goal celebration from the players, and I really want the dugout. I want to see what's happening between them.
Calmly walked over and I think let him know very quietly.
Brilliant.
Love it.
But to be fair, it is deserved. Both teams deserve a point out of this.
It's a good header.
You know what? People only say what they want about our game, but my goodness, the drama week in, week out is terrific, isn't it?
Fantastic. Look at this header though. Look
Full
at
time in Pittodrie, I think you can guess.
Power,
if you hear
we can hear it, Willie,
in the background, and it finishes 3-0 to Chippenham.
Yeah, the few fans, the home fans that are left there are booing, making their displeasure. No more here from an Aberdeen fan. We're on until 6 o'clock this evening, but still plenty of time to get some fan reaction on Sportsound. In the Championship, full time, Queen's Park 1, Airdrie 2, Inverness 0, Aberdeen Morton 0.
That was the last kick of the ball. Kilmarnock 2, Dundee 2.
Oh my goodness! I mean, that was just incredible. Wasn't it? Honestly, goodness, right, who's still playing? I've lost track.
We're still going at Tynecastle.
Right, still
Keep
going
it
at
on, but Kenny, keep
2-2
on.
full time.
Right, 2-2 full time. Was that at Starks? Tynecastle. Sorry, I know it's also 2-2 in the game at Starks Park. Are you still playing there, Derek?
Yeah, we've got a Desmond here as well.
Right, a Desmond 2-2 there, so 2 apiece. Can we see the late dramatics again? The late drama from the home side there. My goodness, so many times Ian Murray's side have done it this season. So the full-time scorelines coming through. Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 3. A dreadful result for the home side there. Kilmarnock 2, Dundee 2. My goodness, you want drama, come to Sports Sound, come to Open All Mics. It's been incredible, certainly in the second half this afternoon. Also full time, a much needed win for the home side. Motherwell 3, Livingston 1, Clyde 1, Stennismuir 2, Queen of the South 2, Annan Athletic 1. Peterhead have pulled a goal back in stoppage time away at Elgin City. The trail by 2-1. Kieran Shanks on 94 minutes. I gave you Inverness, Cardiff 0, Morton 0, Queen's Park 1, Airdrie 2. Some drama there, Derek.
No, it's just Wraith winning the corner kick. As you know, they're heading towards their own the home support, and you've got that little kind of slope, you know, as it just goes down that way, so they're just exerting a little bit of pressure. Connolly with the corner kick whips it in, but just headed away to the corner. O'Reilly just picking up. He's going to put it right back in into the mixer. Scott Brown just picking up, so they're keeping the pressure. I'll tell you who alleviates the pressure. It's Big Ali Adams, and that's how it finishes, Kenny. Wraith 2, Arbroath 2.
Incredible drama there at Starks Park. Just to confirm it, in the 95th minute, that equaliser from Joe Shaughnessy from the corner kick. Incredible drama late on there at Rugby Park. It's been really interesting to hear from a lot of the managers on Sports Sound tonight. Stephen Naismith and Derek Adams, I'm sure, will have a lot to say, no doubt about that. We've got fan reaction. We are with you right through until 6 o'clock this evening on Sports Sound. So just to give you the full-time scores from the Scottish Premiership, the lunchtime kick-off, Celtic 2, Rangers 1, 3 o'clock starts, Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 3, Hearts 2, Ross County 2, Kilmarnock 2, Dundee 2, Motherwell 3, Livingston 1. In the Championship today, Ayr United 2, Dunfermline 2, a terrific comeback from the home side, Inverness Caley Thistle 0, Morton 0, Queen's Park 1, Airdrie 2, a comeback again there from the away side. Wraith Rovers 2, Arbroath 2. Just to remind you, the substitute goalkeeper came on in the second half there. It was the only option that Jim McIntyre had, and Ali Adams got them back in it on 76 minutes, and Leighton McIntosh on 81 minutes from the penalty spot has pegged back the league leaders there at Starks Park. Big celebrations, I'm sure, today for the Dundee United fans with that news. So all the reaction to come on Sports Sound. We're with you right through until 6 o'clock. But time now for the BBC Radio Scotland News at 5 o'clock.
On digital.